Ursa just does not do what he needs to do.
Yeah,
as
and
a hero.
if Ursa doesn't do it, then who does on your team? Because you've got a 3 position that doesn't rotate well, a 4 position that does not rotate well until level 6. You're just kind of like,
yeah, you're
guess
really.
he's gonna farm.
But Darkseer got queued up for his first major item. He's going hype first, and he's dying to. Oh, those are.
There, try harder. This is rough. This is looking real rough. Sorry, DJ does it.
Try harder.
Just how she says it too. Try harder.
It's almost like you can imagine a different inflection depending on the situation.
Yep, exactly.
6-6.
It's a.
But it is not really an even game. But OG.Seeds, they still have like okay, so they didn't overplay their lanes. That was like condition 1, I think, for a victory. Condition 2 is okay. You're gonna have to hit this 10-15 minutes. You're gonna have to do really well, both taking objectives and finding pickoffs with your Pango and Void Spirit.
Alchemist is almost certainly going to go Radiance BKB, and you have to kill him like 3 times before that. Ice is giving him the reach around,
yeah,
circle around or something.
And they baited him out though. There's the duel. He just gets the kill straight up.
Dude, Legion Commander, that's one of the funnest things to do.
I'm sorry, what were you saying,
They're giving him the reach around.
Give him the reach around? Oh, wait, I meant the circle jerk? Wait, whoa. What are we talking about here?
This.
Did you not see what I saw? I just gave him Ice. He just
did the
around
loop
and pull.
Yeah, it was
and
funny.
His
He
shoes
just
were looking cool, you know?
You reach around and pull. Okay, Brian. Jesus.
We've been seeing that a lot.
Keep this PG-13, man.
We've been seeing that a lot this tournament where heroes are just cool running the creeps away from towers, even in front of people. Ooh, the initiation on that bounty rune. Peksu might be the one going down here. Maybe not, though, because there's an Ursa behind. You got to be a little bit careful once you do get those Fury swipe stacks. But no, Peksu goes down, and now Madara. Oh, my goodness. He pops his ulti. It will be wearing off in about 1 second. Can they get the kill? Ice.
Mega roll.
Pops it up. Oh, the perfect block by DJ. Into the duel, into the wind. Moon only loses Courier, not his life, and Pango has to back out. And that was your first wall. Nothing out of it.
So many times where I see this the situation where the winning team just groups up and the losing team doesn't do it fast enough.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, they're already losing, they're already behind, so naturally they're going to be a bit weaker. The winning team sees that, they group up a little bit more. But I feel like, you know, if you're the Pango, if you're the Darkseer, like, you need to be willing to take these fights behind your towers. You need to be available to TP to these points. It sucks, but you have to run out to lane from now on. Everyone's thinking about trying to recover their farm off their laning phase, but the better play would just be trying to win one team fight right now.
Now we're seeing they're just trying to steal stacks from each other at this point. Uh-oh, Legion Commander is here. Do we have a duel? We have the duel, and he already, I believe, has a decent amount of damage. There's going to be the IOTB, and like you said, always be ready to bring people in, and Fnatic, they have brought all 5. Will they get another kill? They do. And now the heroes are showing up for OG.Seed, but a second or two too late. And already top, guess what? They're back up. They're pushing that tier 1 now. They're going to try to bring this one down as well. Moon gets it. And you just see, this is clean play from Fnatic. Very clean. Almost has the Radiance. Will in, it's going to be the 12-minute phase boot Soul Ring Radiance here.
I think this is twice now where I've seen OG draft a lineup where Chessie's hero is very important for them to be able to bridge like the tempo of the mid-game, that early mid-game point. But he loses his lane hard enough, he doesn't have the power to do so.
Yeah.
It's like this game and the tiny game they had against EG. Those are like 2 good examples of them needing Chessie to have a good lane to be able to do things. But whether it's the draft or it's the lack of rotation,
it's going to be the 12-minute phase boot Soul Ring Radiance here.
He's hasted.
Whoa. Just the wall.
So if they don't want to put a higher priority on his hero in the draft and pick it later, then they need to draft a 4 position that can have an impact on the mid.
I mean, that's the thing. We've seen Z-Freak has rotations that have done good in the mid lane, but the problem is you're playing DJ, who has a better hero for doing it in general.
Exactly. So. Like, what's a swashbuckle compared to a Fisher block?
Nothing. It's going to be the hood now, so they need that pipe. I feel like you get that pipe on Darkseer, you almost just have to straight up 5-man. DJ, there's going to be the IOTB, a nice dodge of the stun, though. And he will make it out.
He probably goes down because he would have gotten
Can
silenced.
they bring-
Oh, and there,
Okay.
it's just the IO, right? There's no
Can
way.
they bring?
I'm sure
It's just the IO,
Bring him
right?
back,
There's no
grief
way.
him.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Bring him back, grief him.
Goes to the creep wave, but will get brought down. So a nice play there by OG.Seed, especially by Chessie getting out of the gank, secures your team a kill. But DJ, he's farming 400 from the Blink Dagger, so that's going to be scary. The full Radiance, Heaven's Halberd.
Oh, I like the halberd. Yeah, that makes sense. His only threat really is Ursa since the Void Spirit had such a hard laning stage. I can't speak for some reason.
It's okay. We forgive you, BSJ.
Thank you, buddy.
You've done so many other good things for this earth.
Name one.
Well, you saved me $25 in auto chest gold from promo code BSJ one time, so I'll give you that one.
That's worth at least, you know.
2 fumbled sentences.
Exactly.
30 damage now for the Void Spirit. So you get a little extra burst, but it's still, who do you go on in this game? If you, now that you are behind, you are this Void Spirit who has to kind of cause disruptions. It feels tough. Do you just, is it still the IO? You just have to find a way to bring the IO down every time?
I think so. I think the Yules is going to be really important. They have to get a couple kills with it, but I said I always look for him to have a natural follow-up hero. I don't think Ursa really does that right now. I don't think he has that natural +1 to get kills with once he gets that Yules.
Ooh, there's going to be the roll, Z-Freak. Nope. He'll cancel it. Oh, nope. Maybe. Yeah, this time he will do it. Can he do it perfectly? No, unfortunately, he will be able to get out on Ice Ice side. Ultimate from the Death Prod. Zibage is running for it. Gets dueled. More than likely going to go down. The 8th Remnant actually pulls him in. Won't matter. The winner is there, Z-Freak.
Oh, straight into the Roche pit with that exorcism? Yeah.
Yeah, this is honestly just so clean from Fnatic.
It's quite the clinic indeed.
Little Golem goes in there, only to lose his life. Not the other one, too. Please.
No.
This
No.
is still
no.
kind of an opportunity. I think they have to disrupt this Roshan. They have to get inside.
And they're
They
going to try
can't just
Chessie's
give
in
this
there.
up.
But the Radiant takes it. 23 Savage gets it, and now you definitely don't want to be in the inside there. 23 Savage is blocked in by his own teammate, but Chessie didn't jump out. He's actually just 1v1ing the Alchemist. Pexu getting chased down by the DP. Now Chessie has been able to jump out, but Pexu probably the next one to go down. They want to bring down Chessie. Oh, no, and they lost the pipe on Zibe's courier as well, so they won't even have that.
Keep him alive. Keep him alive for the duel. Keep him alive for the duel.
They are...
No!
Oh!
Report him.
No ping. Oh, there was one ping. I saw Isis ping. I'm like, no ping or voice line? We're good. And also, yeah, that Darkseer's courier died somehow as well, so doesn't have the pipe until it's back up. And you see that, yeah, Fnatic heavy favorites. I don't think anyone's going to disagree at that point in this game, because this Alchemist almost feels like 2v5 with the IO. But if the IO is dead, you can't. We'll pop the mech and zip away.
Oh, he was waiting for him.
He was, but oh, God.
Who's waiting for who, actually?
That's a good question, because 23 Savage, he's just swinging on him right now. There's the stun, pops the hood, so the Radiance isn't doing damage, doesn't matter. That's a strange kill, but it's a 2 for Nell. And now you're just kind of bleeding, because the problem is, now with your draft rate, who does this Ursa ever go on? If you're not even getting to the back lines ever. There's Pexu, oh no. The duel's there, give him the damage, already 68 damage at 16 minutes. That's you got a free relic at 16 minutes now.
And a 10k gold lead for Fnatic as a whole. Even if it is an Alchemist lineup, they are way farther ahead. You can just tell by the map control. Like, this is OG.Seed. They had to win in the first 20 minutes.
Yes, very much so.
And now, like, Fnatic could stall out this game if they wanted to, but they will probably be able to get a significant advantage at least with this Aegis.
Yep. Moon's ulti is coming off cooldown soon. How do? You need a big vacuum wall here. You need a gigantic one. And if you're Fnatic, you know that. That's like the one way you lose this is at a choke point. Uh-oh. Ulti into the air. This is not looking good for Madara. He's just getting it stunned. He's outside his base. That's a duel. He's just dead. Z-Freak comes rolling on in. How many stuns can he get? Only one for now. 23 Savage just avoids it. Zibe on the backside trying to run back to middle, but he just runs into 23 Savage.
Piped his team, though.
He did. Pexu get a die as well. Honestly, we might be seeing the G's dropped here, because this is...
Give him the
hard.
Beyond Godlike, I believe.
Yep, and there's the GG. 17 minute with an Alchemist. Fnatic is looking crispy. They're looking clean, and we said it. They were the favorite team, I think, after day one by far, and they're showing why. They're probably going to be the heavy favorites going into game 2 an absolute, I'll say it, an absolute massacre.
Yeah. I didn't like the whole Chen into Pango Darkseer. Like, Pango Darkseer is so much of a, we're going to get what we get, you're going to get what you get. But that's not what Chen's supposed to do. You know, Chen's supposed to take momentum from an early laning stage into some towers. And who's their tower taker on OG.Seed?
It's like only a 5-man push, right? At that point, you don't
Yes.
have like the individual. Even with that, you don't even have, it's like the Chen, the auras. But yeah, as you said, you can't really get anything done unless you're a group of 5 with that team. And
It seemed like too much had to go right for OG.Seed to win that game.
so where do you look back at the draft? Is it just like maybe it seemed like OG.Seed got the draft they wanted almost. Like with the Chen, do you just have to kind of play more reactive than your game then? Because it feels like their game's kind of countered by Fnatic's.
I think they're not going to open Chen this game. I think they're going to do something completely different next game.
Yep, we are going to have a short break. You see Fnatic right now. They're talking about the game as well. We are going to have some highlights for you. Probably not the most after a game like that, but stick around when we get back. Game number 2, OG.Seed versus Fnatic. And yes, indeed, Friday the freaking 13th. We're a little bit scared because who knows what's around the corner. Who's that? Oh, never mind. We're good. Hospitality. We're okay for now. It scared me a little because it is the 13th, and it felt like that for OG.Seed as well. I don't think they looked into a mirror and saw that game because Fnatic with the steamroller.
Everywhere they went, it was like the Mike Myers, you know.
It's just like ice tunes. They're like, no, we can't do this.
Try harder.
Yeah.
On the other side of the door.
Yep. 17.5 minutes here. You see the scoreboard. 11-1-3 on Moon. It's a 17-minute game. It's hard to look at stuff, but he had a great mid lane. You should, though, right? Death Prophet does win that, it seems. I think Cap was saying it. From what we've seen, Death Prophet does really good against Void Spirit. So
even the threat of Earthshaker, even if he's not there the whole time,
As well,
anytime
yeah.
he's missing, the enemy mid has to play safer. If Chessie's sitting at 400 health, usually you could walk up, not afraid to CS. But if a Shaker's missing, you might get fissured into, nuked, and you're going to be dead.
Yep.
So
that's nuts, though. I saw Moon was the second highest net worth at 4 minutes, and he never lost that. Just straight up to the top.
So there's like 3 different things they can do to help their mid lane more, right? Draft Chessie's hero later in the draft so he knows his matchup. Give yourself a 4 position that can actually rotate on mid and help out. Pango isn't that. Or just make sure they don't have a 4 position that can really have a big impact on mid. So I think that third option is the easiest. Just ban Earthshaker.
would you
I
rather
agree with
give
that.
them Rubik then, you're saying?
I almost think so, yeah. Because
agree.
I think Earthshaker changes the game in a lot of different ways. The impact it has on mid lane, the threat of the team fight it brings with Blink Dagger, Echo Slam.
It's agree.
Problematic.
It seems like the
DJ's
Earthshakers always
insane.
have time to find that Blink Dagger this
Yeah.
patch. I don't know why some patches you just don't, but this one, Earthshakers seem to be getting it between 15 to 20 minutes, and from any core player's perspective, it is so hard to play. Even if you have a BKB against Shaker, one of the few heroes that can threaten to kill you before you even get it off. You have to preemptively BKB if you go on anybody. Just always been a very hard hero to play around. And this patch specifically, it seems like everyone's getting the game they want out of Shaker. I think we've seen him win almost every game.
Yes, it certainly feels like that. And we'll go on to the OG.Seed side then. A hero that they were actually the first team to beat Fnatic, and it was game 1 with a Chen in the group stage. Is the Chen kind of kaput now after this game 1, do you think?
I would kaput it.
Yeah.
In your wise, elegant way of wording it.
So what do you think now? You go to the next hero? You go for an AA or something?
I think the AA is better. I think that when I watched them play AA, not only did the individual playing the AA do well, but the team around it actually made use of the AA blast almost off cooldown. They were ready to make a play every 50 seconds or so.
I think it is likely that I'm not saying they should, but I think it is likely that OG.Seed kicked the Chen to the curb.
Yep.
Just because the way they talked about it before.
It's called
it was
kapooting.
It's kapooting.
Okay,
What
continue.
does that mean?
Well,
Ask
just
him.
being kaput means broken in a different language, I believe. Or it's
No,
something my mom
it's
said. I
kaput.
don't know. Oh, is
kaput.
it? Oh. Are you sure?
It's put to a stop.
What is put to a stop? The
I
It's-
started this.
It's done. It's kaput. It's over.
what?
It's kaput.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I being
Anyway.
trolled? Go on, Cap, with your great logic you were going to use about something.
So, but the way they were talking about Chen, right? It was the fact that it was like, oh, this hero's pretty good. Like they pick it up, they start winning with it. They're like, oh yeah, let's just.
Why not?
Well, that same kind of momentum just as easily
Yes.
stops once you lose with it, and you kind of get run over. You're just like, oh, maybe this hero isn't as good as we thought. Okay, next. An Ancient Apparition is so good in the current meta right now. I think it's
Agreed.
there's so much of the pool that you can't pick up that is high value right now. So.
And you talked about the momentum going to the next, right from the first series, that they got brick walled. Because they did have the momentum, right? You get this hype game. You have a Divine Rapier on your freaking carry TB. You just beat probably one of the favorites for the tournament. You go into the game 1, and you just Looney Tunes it right into a brick wall. It hurts. It's
That's all.
it's so hard to just get back into a series, even though it's a best of 5, right? When you lose a game 1, maybe it's not. I don't know.
I think OG.Seed seem to have really good mentality about things.
I agree. They're
So
happy.
when a game like that happens, a team that has good mentality is able to wash it away and just be like, okay, we
out of here.
screwed up the draft. And I think that's really easy to point to when Chessie has a losing lane. You have this 3-4 combo that doesn't really accomplish a whole lot for you. And you drafted one of the most out of the meta heroes right now in Ursa.
Yeah,
These are safe lane
Darkseer.
carries.
Oh, we didn't even.
And Darkseer.
They
as
just
well.
drafted
But
a lot of
it's
weird
like,
heroes.
all those things is not great. So whatever, we screwed it up.
You
It
can
happens.
outplay
No big
yourself
deal.
sometimes. It's contagious in a draft to make one outplay on yourself. Like, hey, let's pick this unique hero that nobody really plays against, and then you pick 3 of them, and you're like, oh, there's a reason why none of these heroes are picked.
Yeah,
very often at all.
And it makes sense. There we see it broken down. But I see Fnatic and I see OG.Seed. They're getting ready right now. They had to take a small break because it was a quick game. So, you know, everyone had to go and piddle and whatnot. But we're going to throw it to another quick break. When we get back, the draft will be underway.
Loot Bet, made for live betting.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined by the regulars, BSJ, Cap, as well as Insania now. And you saw that game one. It was a quick one. But were there any thoughts before that, actually? I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. We already have a draft. Nice, quick, and let's get into the games. And there we see it, OG.Seed. Yep, they're thinking. They're like, all right, that game 1 draft didn't work too well. We got to do something more. And, well, there's a Rubik and an Earthshaker ban, so we're not going to see either of those this time.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things when you play against Fnatic, they were baiting us out with that too. Like they will, if you ban Shaker, or if you ban Rubik, they'll take Shaker. If you don't, they'll take Rubik and give you Shaker.
Switch it up, production. We got a Fnatic first pick, Snapfire.
Oh, right.
So just as we were talking about,
the teams are
OG.Seed
opposite.
will get themselves the Ancient Apparition.
So they get that. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, okay, they're going to deny pick the A, but now they have it themselves. And that's a Sand King. We haven't seen that hero once this tournament, right?
Zibba likes it quite a lot. Plus, he's like Han trash like myself, and we love that hero in Han. So he'll probably be pretty comfortable playing it.
How do you feel, like, honestly, Han trash is done moving over? Like, we're finally at the end, right? There's no, like, one other person still playing in Thailand and Garena, like that one god tier. We're all over here now.
Actually, no, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I think Contrash has done pretty well. I don't really know that many people that committed to the Switch that didn't, like, make it.
Succeed, yeah.
Yeah. No, you won't have any more Reddit threads about the best.
The best
blah,
of the
blah,
best
blah,
coming through,
yeah,
one dude, yeah. No, that's crazy.
There are some, like, talents from Thailand that I think they went to phone games, though.
Okay, it's big, and SCA is really big in phone games. Like they don't even play normal PUBG. They play PUBG Mobile as like their main game. It's crazy.
Is there anybody that came over that you expected to do better than they did?
Expected to do better than they did. Probably not anyone I can think of right now. I think there's a lot of people, like, for example, Beaver in NIP. Or, sorry, he plays in Chaos now?
He's on Chaos now.
Chaos
yes,
now,
sir.
yeah, right. So he played Han, but he wasn't, like, top tier or anything. But he really proved himself once he switched. I think Tommy in our team was, like, the same thing.
Yeah.
He played Han. We knew who he was, but he wasn't, like, anything amazing. But then once they switched over to Dota, they really, like, worked hard and, you know, they made it. But it wasn't like I didn't think they could ever make it or... Like, I thought they were absolute trash. That's
yeah. They just took an opportunity presented.
Right,
like, it's a new game. You have a fresh start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we get an Ember Spirit as well from Fnatic. And this Snapfire hero, not many teams played at this tournament, honestly, right? EG would almost first pick it every game. I think Fnatic has. Did you guys play it?
We lose with it.
You lose it,
we don't really play it, no. And I think both Rubik and Oracle are quite good against it. Rubik and, you know, you can steal the spells quite easily.
Guaranteed ulti every time.
Right.
Yeah.
And Oracle, you can protect him from the damage. Earthshaker is also very good at canceling the ult. So a lot of, like, the heroes that I think are pretty good against Snapfire are out. And OG.Seed didn't opt for the Nyx, and then he got banned out afterwards, so...
Okay. They get Chessie's hero again. He's definitely played Void Spirit the most at this tournament than anyone. It's probably his most played hero here by far.
I mean, what were some of the things we listed? We said, take away the Earthshaker.
They did.
Actually get yourself a mid matchup that you want. Like, they waited until they knew a hero.
Isn't Ember picked as, like, a counter?
I think so, but I think Chessie is happy with it because it's dependent on how you play. Like, at level 3, you can beat the Ember Spirit by breaking his Flame Guard. As long as you hit the Ether Remnant.
And under the tower. We saw it, I think, yesterday. Someone did. They just first blooded him by doing that. Yeah. It's tough. I think, honestly, it feels a lot more even. People are picking Ember on Void, but I think because he's better in the game, not just the lane. I actually don't think the lane's that bad, but I could just be wrong.
It's just the fact that you can't break the level 1 Flame Guard is the problem.
I think they both farm the lane. Ember deals a lot of magic damage, and this shield is physical, which is quite nice. But they also kind of play the same tempo. They can match each other, and... I think it actually comes down a lot to, like, the players themselves. I think in terms of, like, just power level, Void Spirit's probably, like, a little bit stronger of a hero in most drafts. That's not to say he always is better than Ember, but the hero is, like, I think might need to get tweaked just a little bit more.
That said, you know, Chessie also probably called for another hero against another Southeast Asian mid today in Abed. That tiny choice they had against Kunkka. Like, I'm sure he had input on that call, and he lost that lane really hard. Then they lost the game as a result.
Dude,
so
tiny mid's dead, right?
It has to
be.
We played it one
unless
game,
you're tops.
Yeah, we played it one game.
Oh, yeah.
I did it here, or if it wasn't.
No, you did it here. Yeah.
Guard Brothers, and they both played that hero. Like, they were the best and the second best.
That's funny. And
there was always, like, the internal fight between them.
It's always good to have someone to practice, right? I know Sumail always talked about how him and Yawar just practiced 1v1. They didn't have internet. We just played offline and played 1v1s. Having someone. Wish I had a family who played video games. Any of your guys' family like actually plays games or not really?
Not
Nope.
really. I have cousins that do, but they are
I have cousins as well.
league players.
League
Okay,
players,
yeah.
same. Yeah.
Ugh.
Casual.
So if I want to have family time, I have to play League of Legends, which I did.
Yeah, I've done it.
I
yeah.
family.
don't. I don't.
Dang, not even for the family.
Nah,
Nah, we
Not a
settle. We
fan.
settle on melee, and
That's fine. What if
Yeah.
it was
Okay,
like,
that's right.
what if it's like the 6-year-old and she's really cute? She's like, please play with me, Insania. Would you?
probably yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. You know, tug the heartstrings.
When that voice comes out, it's hard to say no.
It really is. And they get the AM, but it is on Fnatic's side. We've seen Madara played a few times.
It's a really good aim game.
You've
Sand
got-
King's one of the best offlaners to pick anti-mage into.
Because you just
You have
sentry to
the-
hit him, or
Yeah, usually you out-trade him level 1 and 2, and then obviously as the game goes on, you have your third spell for the single target burrow strike. You can reflect it.
He kills all these heroes so easily
Yeah.
once he comes online.
that is
And OG.Seed, I feel like they overdid it on the magic damage anyway for their lineup. Like, now their carry has a really big hole to fill.
It's gonna be like what TB maybe for them.
Yeah, I was
It has to
thinking
be
that,
that's super, super hard. Yeah.
I would like us carry that lanes better with Ancient Apparition, like a
Yeah.
Sven or something.
Yeah, Sven might be good. How's that matchup in the AM nowadays with the spell
it's
reflect?
not
I would
bad.
assume it's probably not good. But what you
Yeah.
can do is you can buy an Ags, and then you can wait till Anti-Mage has an Ags, and then you stun him, and then you blink into your own base. And then he Ag stuns you back into your base. You know what I mean?
He doesn't stun you back
No.
like instantly.
Doesn't he just?
No, it's once you land. It's when it shoots it back.
Yeah, but then
But
you're
aren't
right
you
next
on
to
top
each
of
other,
them, though?
right?
It's just quick fingers, Cap.
Okay, just
Okay.
all right. I gotta
I
work
can't
on
tell if
those
this would
fingers a
actually
little bit
work
more.
or would now. I'm just
The
confused.
Anti-Mage
Oh,
just
God.
has to buy an Axe. That's
Yeah.
all you need. That's all you need. And you've got him countered, so. No, I that's the problem with most of the carries that go with AA do have the single target stun, so.
The Wraith Kings, the Svens.
Do you guys think this is a Snapfire 5 or a Snapfire 3?
Fnatic's only played it as a 3, right? But
We're about
from
to
this
find
draft,
out.
it feels like a 5.
Against a blind pick, you probably would want something else, but
Snapfire tiny.
yeah,
Sounds pretty
Snapfire-
scary.
Yeah, it
as a
sounds pretty
carry.
nice. I was thinking that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
It fits their dynamic they've had before in a 4 position that scales, so he can
Yeah.
take over the 3.
Is there like a dirge or something you can pick that just secures your safe line?
Dirge.
Just something like that.
Is that hero still in Dota?
It got banned yesterday, one game,
did.
versus the
Night
Madara
Stalker.
AM, I
It was-
believe,
it
in the
was
Night
against
Stalker. Yeah.
Night Stalker. Yeah.
I see.
I
One
would like
dirge
any
ban.
kind of save, honestly. There's no Oracle.
Yeah.
Baden is a double melee lane.
Well, we'll see. They take a Lich, so we'll be the Snapfire off lane, it looks like.
Yeah, that makes AM even scarier to lane against.
When do you decide to last pick a 5?
They've been doing it quite a lot.
Yeah,
I think.
that's why I was wondering. I'm like, because it just, usually you want to be like, this brings it all together. And I guess a 5 does, but if you're saving your last pick, shouldn't it be pretty impactful?
I mean, it's almost always the first pick team, though, right?
True.
How many overall last pick 5s have we ever seen?
Not many.
We
Not
saw
many.
one this tourney from Pi and C9.
Yeah.
That was about it, I think.
It
Like-
does make it harder for the opponent offlane to choose if they don't know what the 5 is. Like, whenever I'm forced to pick offlane before seeing any of the cores, I usually base off the supports. So if they pick a Snapfire and you think, oh, I'm going to be laning at Snapfire +1, then you pick a hero based on that, and suddenly you're dealing with a Lich Anti-Mage. I think SK should kind of get wrecked by that.
The nice thing is, like, when you don't pick your 5 until later, is that they have this flex, right? You never know until that pick. If the Snapfire is a 3, or if it's a 5, what are we supposed to ban? Like, what are we scared of? So there's that. Like, you're essentially, even though you're last picking 5, you're also last picking your 3, in a way.
There's the Spectre. You guys said it. They need a hard carry. We've seen TB. We've seen Spectre. And they go with the Spectre here. And they had a good one with Spectre. That was the game they beat you, and you guys had the Medusa. So they've had some success with this Spectre, but is it enough?
Well, I guess we'll have to find out. We're going to take a short break, come back with the actual game of OG.Seed versus Fnatic.
And welcome back. You see it, Chessie's Void Spirit. He has indeed played it quite a few times. DJ's Tiny, not as much. Probably played it more in pro games than he has in pub games. Looking at those stats.
I missed it. How many games approximately?
Oh, I
has he
didn't see
played?
either. I just assumed.
Oh.
It's a pretty good assault. Now, when I watch pubs, he's pretty much only spamming that hero as well. So,
Yeah.
and at this tournament, right, he's picked like 95% of the time. And we'll see it. They're going to head to the lanes. And Sani, you just brought up, you think this Moon guy, right? He is just a very good laner.
He's really, really good. I know when we played them, we struggled with that too. I think when most of the time, Max rarely has like, I rarely feel like he loses his lane. It's usually like at least even.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember this was probably not maybe a year and a half, 2 TIs ago. I went to the EG boot camp, and I remember I was just talking with Sumail, and Sumail just straight up says, like, I only really hate playing against 2 middles, and Moon was one of them. And obviously, I didn't watch much SEA Dota at the time, and I'm like, well, if Sumail says this guy's good, obviously I'm going to start paying attention. And it's true. This guy is a beast.
Yeah, all the mids I've talked to, they always have Moon like on that list of mid laners. Like, who are the best mid laners right now? He's always there. Which is like surprising that Fnatic have had such poor results at these majors. Aiden, you oftentimes talk about the fact that like maybe they've just had some bad matchups, a little bit of poor bracket luck and such, but this is a very star-studded roster.
Yeah.
You've got your 3 core of Fnatic that have been the same for a while now. Ice, Jabs, and DJ. And they've brought in Moon now, this superstar of a mid lane. Like, surely this is the Fnatic that is going to finally truly be the Southeast Asian leading team, you know?
I think if you put their team in like a 1v1 matchup, like we play 1v1s, like everyone against like the equivalent, they'd beat every team. They have so much. Like, I think in terms of just like raw individual player skill, they're extremely high.
How good are you at 1v1 middles?
I'm good enough to beat Max, but I don't know if I could beat like I don't know if I could beat like real players.
Damn.
I thought you said Max doesn't lose his lane most of the time.
I can't beat Max. Like, I wouldn't be able to beat a drum with a stick. Like, I'm terrible, man.
You see the harass, and they are tri-laning at least to start the game off against this AM, as well as the Lich. But they've got it under tower, so he's not getting the most. There's going to be a
on tower.
Ooh, there's the stun for it, but actually, no, the AM's the one in trouble, and he goes down. They will probably be able to find Z-Freak. But you're happy. You got 23 Savage. You got the first blood on your 4-position roster.
I was not optimistic about this lineup from OG.Seed, but Insania, you said the one great thing they have.
A lot of stuns, baby. A lot of stuns.
A lot of stuns. And he's like, that is a very real threat when you've got AM and Ember Spirit as your 2 cores.
I mean, it's a great equalizer, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's Miracle that's stunned or if it's, you know,
Me.
BSJ that's stunned.
Yeah.
They're still doing the same thing
They're
while
stunning.
they're stunned. Yeah. So, like, if you were able to utilize
Miracle would
it well.
probably have an S and Y and status resistance, but sure.
I feel like Miracle just wouldn't get stunned. That's the big difference. But if you can land those stuns, BSJ and Miracle are equally stunned at the same time.
That's what I like to think is that at least like 20 seconds of the game, the 20 seconds where he's disabled, I'm as good as he is.
You probably are BSJ.
Thank you, buddy.
And there's also some 2K MMR guy somewhere in the world who's probably also as good as he is while he's stunned.
I don't like to think of that
That was
part,
nice,
though.
giving a shout out to Twitch chat like that. It's always good to keep the community involved.
Only high MMR people in chat, 2K or more, can talk. Thank you.
Oh, Zebe will get right clicked.
Wow, he was only a level 1 on Anti-Mage when they killed him there.
And now he gets gets that gold back that he lost.
They did that thing where it was like, AA is like, all right, I won your guys' lane. See ya.
Bye.
And 30 seconds later, he's like, what the hell happened?
23 Savage is a really aggressive laner. I played with his Ricky like a while back. He's really, really aggressive. So it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of kills in his lane. I don't really think he minds if he dies.
And that means you're a fan, right? You like aggressive laners. when you're
not
paired up
exclusively.
with them?
Not exclusively, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think you need a nice balance of it. Some people tend to overdo it.
Oh, he missed the range creep and then he gets denied. Oof.
Toss away. Oh.
It's the creep.
The
Probably
toss
would've been a
into
kill.
the scatter blast is a very scary combo.
It's a lot less range now, though, on the toss. So it's a lot harder to pull off this tiny 4.
True.
It's probably why you haven't been seeing it as much recently.
Why do you think Fnatic, like, what's the mindset? Are they like the only ones running this offlane Snapfire? Is it just fit?
Didn't Nigma do it?
I think I saw him do it a
Yes.
couple times. They
Once.
swapped it
Yeah.
up. They
Just
did,
once
yeah.
at Dream League during groups, I think.
And why do you think?
No,
so,
I think they
like,
did it
why?
at the WePlay. Was it WePlay? Tournament they won.
I don't remember.
It was that one, but they
I
did
think-
it.
the
Yeah.
banner.
They did
Is-
it a couple of times, I think.
There's like
yeah.
a certain reason you just want to get the items because he still goes Guardian Greaves,
I think
just
it
like
has-
Fly does when he plays it. So
It has to do with
timings.
laning. It's so strong in lane. Like, it's a
Yeah.
strength hero that's ranged with, like, 2 high damage nukes. I don't think any carry enjoys playing against that hero.
A strength hero that's stronger the closer you approach it to
Yeah.
with scatter blast. Like, how do you go on that?
Yeah.
here's the Ember, 23-4 right now. Chessie 18-3, so the Ember has taken a little bit of a lead. Remnant gets placed
We
down.
got the
but
rune?
It looks like it's bottom lane.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Zefree actually goes down. Oh, and it'll be saved. Not even scooped up. So Moon. Oh,
Oh,
give him the bottle.
nice.
Oh,
Okay.
big plays, big plays.
Let's see what he does with it, though. That's the question. No vision of it.
Now you're going to get that toss, surely.
Yeah, I think Pexu's...
He's a goner.
He's in for a.
Would you
a
die
bad
here,
way
He's gonna
to-
get the treatment.
Insania, would you die here?
Probably, yeah.
The stop.
Okay.
You have to know it. I mean, you don't have to know it there. They're just gonna jump forward and go for the kill, though.
Oh, he's
Can
fine.
they get it? He's frozen up. Pexu
He's fine.
throwing a little bit of jukes, and yeah, he's just gonna walk away. DJ, he's
Insania
chasing
would've died
after
here.
him.
I would have died here.
And I did actually see him ping because the Hellbear clapped when there was no creeps around when he was on top of it, and I think he pinged it out.
Oh, they realize it?
Yeah.
That's sick.
The core traded health with the support. That feels quite nice for OG.Seed.
Yeah.
Top lane Zibba, he's kind of sandstorm, sees the chicken, can't go for it though.
Duh.
Instead, he loses his courier. Oh, that's painful.
That's the way I like to talk about it when I'm playing with a 4 that really wants to go all the time and is always like, let's kill this 5, let's kill this support, you know? And I'm just like, but I'm trading. Like, my lane is ruined by the fact that we're killing this 5, but like I keep on getting low, or maybe I die and stuff, and like we're just trading core for support. Like,
It's good,
come on,
though.
man.
And then I get free farm. Are you talking about a Rubik game? I feel like you're talking about the game we played together.
No?
Oh, Z-Freak, that's Scatterblast like you said. Oof.
You think if you had Yapsor as your 4, you'd be okay with it? You'd feel like, yeah, I'm totally gonna kill this 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just
But-
what you
but
gotta think
not-
to
but
yourself.
not-
Your pubs,
Not
you just
my
need to treat
NA
them
pub
like
player.
The NA pub
You
player,
need to
yeah.
treat your NA pubs like they're Yapsor.
Maybe once they start playing like Yapsor.
Ooh.
Maybe once they start playing with half the skill the Yapsor does.
Damn, not even half?
I think
Not even
20% would
half.
probably be enough.
Yeah, damn, Cap, chill. Maybe these
Wait,
people
you said a lower
maybe these
number.
people are
I
thinking
said
the
half.
same. Yeah,
And
but
then Insania said 20%. And you were like, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
they wouldn't feel the need to go
Yeah.
on them if you were as good as, like Zai or something.
yeah, you know I don't know
True.
numbers.
Whoa.
Oh, they're just right clicking.
Look at that
Dota.
Sandstorm do no damage to the AM.
Anti-Mage against Sand King is a nice matchup.
Yeah. Just the one value of the spell shield stops so much magic damage. And you feel terrible about Burrow striking him all the time.
You're like, do I do it? Do I do it? Okay, I have no mana.
No point in bolas, no.
Oh, the double damage bottled up. He could look to do something scary with that maxed out Sleight of Fist double damage rune.
Yeah, I think that, and Chessy saw that already. He's at half HP, and he's like, I'm TPing home. I'm not even going to risk it.
Bottom lane is the Headdress Soul Ring lane. Both cores have Headdress and a Soul Ring.
Both. All right.
Curious, he didn't go for the Necrobook build on the Spectre.
Yeah. It's seen play. It's
Eternal Envy did showcase it.
Oh,
Nope,
there
there's
we
the
go.
Just keep
Snapfire
him in
ult.
place.
Madara in a lot of trouble, but wait, he's just walking away. And then
Okay.
goes down. DJ still alive as well, and the Scatterblast comes out. Pexu might just go down here as well.
He has no mana.
No mana. It
Yeah.
backs up. But you do lose your Spectre, and that hurts. Right when level 6 on Snapfire, just let it rip. They do have 1,000 gold lead here. Fnatic looking good in the laning phase again. They're just looking clean both
Yeah.
games. They just look really good. No big mistakes. Chessie getting bullied by the double damage like you talked about. Is Moon going to take the dive here? He has charges on it. Has a slide up as well now.
Oh!
Doesn't get the kill, but
Okay.
he already TP'd. He TP'd home a while ago. He's just going to have to walk back and TP again.
And Ember can just do the whole Remnant TP thing if he wants to keep trading like this.
I think maybe this
He has a
TP
rune
needs
coming
to
up.
go to the side lane.
Probably just gonna go for the runes.
Yeah. Like, if you're losing middle 1v1 this bad, you just have to go somewhere else at this point, right? It's kind of like a Kunkka losing to someone. Just rotate, try to get a kill.
I
Yeah.
thought so.
The
Void
problem
Spirit
is
can't
Ember
really
can just
jungle.
counter-rotate, right? That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe, but then you could never rotate ever, right? The argument's always like, oh, the enemy mid's gonna do the same.
Well, I'm saying
Well,
if
there's
the
an
enemy mid's
advantage
like
to
a
being-
Medusa or something, it's not going to happen.
Sure, but there's still an advantage to being the first mover, right? If you kill somebody fast enough, then you get the numbers advantage. Then that counter rotation.
It's
It may
also
not be
you know what your
effective,
opponent's gonna do, right? If you make the move first, then they have to respond to whatever you're doing.
Or else you'll get the kill for free.
Right,
yeah.
right. So you can predict your opponent's play a lot easier.
If I see an Ember that has a haste rune, I don't think I would ever make a rotation because I think I would just get owned.
Yeah.
He did pop it though, so yeah. All I'm saying is there are times where you do have to be very careful of the
For sure,
opponent
for
mid rotating.
Yeah, this Snapfire just squaring up with the Spectre right now.
He already has ulti up again.
Spectre has an ulti now as well, so you got an escape mechanism at least to get away from that. Third on the net worth too, so Spectre isn't that far behind, even though the lanes felt a little bit rough, but this AM already free farming.
Yeah, just compare. The thing about Sand King that makes Anti-Mage so good against Sand King is even when Anti-Mage is winning his lanes, certain offlaners with level 6 or 7 can just start to bully the Anti-Mage. Sand King can never do that.
Ooh, here we go. They do have the gank, but Jabs is here with the Frost Shield. There's going to be a stun forward from Zibe. They do get the kill on Ice Ice Ice, but Peksu goes down, Z-Freak goes down, and you have the rotation from Ember and DJ. Zibe probably just going to melt to the Flame Guard damage. Triple kill. Are they actually to give him the Rampage at 9 minutes in? They're chasing down Madara. More than likely going to get this kill. Nope. As we talked about, has that little escape mechanism. Maybe goes to the top. Nope. Goes back bottom. He's in the trees. They don't see him. More TPs coming because they're not very high level. They're already back alive. Jabs goes down. And a nice stalling ulti from Spectre there. But Moon wants to go again. Oh no, Peksu, you just spawned. He's going to throw it out. Will he get the kill before he freezes? He does with the Sleight of Fist. And here comes the ulti. Oh no, the Spectre's in a lot of trouble. One
Deja
more
vu.
hit, and they get it. Moon actually did get 5 kills that fight, but they were spread out a little far. Snapfire jumps forward, and
Double, triple, baby.
oh my goodness. He just got 6 kills in 40 seconds.
And there's an Arcane Rune top.
I'm down to play this Ember.
This is...
This looks so fun.
Actually, no, he's just
running in there,
styling,
sliding
yeah.
people.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't this a first round pick, Ember?
Yeah, it was
Third
the...
pick,
Yeah.
right?
I think it was the last pick of the first phase, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Overall last
Yeah.
pick of the first. So.
The problem is you say like Void Spirit does okay against Ember. I see Embers get picked into Void Spirit, and I have to believe Ember's one of those mids that you should counter when he presents himself this early on in the draft.
Well, yeah, in the laning phase, but that's like, it's a lot like a Kunkka, right? He's going to lose a lot of laning phase, but he does just rotate, and I thought that's like the general idea.
I
'cause
just think the whole
in-game-
point of like Ember is that usually you can't get away with picking him early because he'll get like Monkey Kinged or some hero that's going to dumpster it.
Yeah.
Or beat it at least. But you picked
Yeah.
Void Spirit, who's expected to lose, and now he's just running around the map.
Trying, but you're so far behind. It's.
I mean, Ember Spirit's one of the scariest free farm mids in the entire game.
Another example, perhaps, of Chessie's, like, his willingness to play a lot of matchups and maybe some of his confidence, like you were talking about, like the Kunkka Monkey King.
Yeah.
That matchup and how he feels okay on either side. Well,
oof.
Like
he chose the Tiny versus Kunkka, and now he's chosen the Void Spirit versus Ember Spirit.
I just think if you pick Void, knowing they may pick Ember afterwards, that's different. But when they reveal heroes early, your job in drafts, at least I think, is to slightly punish the information presented to you.
I think they just believe in this Void Spirit. Like they
Okay.
played
Yeah.
it against our Ember, and it worked just fine. Like
Interesting.
I think this is more to go. Like I think it's more about like how good Moon is,
Oh.
rather
So
than just
if,
the hero
if
matchup
Moon was your
itself.
mid laner, would it have gone good for him?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like I think this is more to do with like Fnatic just are playing well as a team, and when they're
Yeah.
doing that, it looks like this
They just
Ember's
look,
also popping off.
they just
Okay.
look way too hot right now.
They
Like,
look- they
are
look really good,
destroyed.
yeah.
It's 16-4 right now. And
Like I
Chessie
I don't think like if this was like whatever like the real OG or whatever you want to call them
Yeah.
versus Fnatic, you'd be saying the same thing about the matchup.
Did you guys see that hidden TP from Zibe?
What'd he do?
I think there's a spot where you can TP. If you look at the mid tower and look to the left on like the crystal area, he
Okay.
TP'd there. So I think it's hidden by the trees. But obviously you don't end up there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It pushes you over to the right hand side, and he just is able to get a surprise initiation.
Interesting. I did not see that.
Unfortunately, everything else is going pretty wrong for him right now. 18 to 4, 5K lead. It is a free farm anti-mage and pretty much a free farm Ember at this point as well. Only 400, 500 down on him.
Yeah, I think the fight they took down for the bottom tier 1. Like, if that had gone better, then the game would... You would have hope for the game, but I think, like, right now it looks real rough. But they have done the impossible before.
They have.
Against EG, it did also look real grim, but the difference is when it's this early into the game, it's usually there are less things that you can like effectively do to break yourself out of it. There is nobody's gonna buy a rapier. Like at
Spectre Rapier isn't
14
really a
minutes.
thing.
Let's go.
Or that.
Void
Yeah.
Spirit, first item rapier, boys.
What do you think about the overall Spectre versus AM matchup?
I mean AM definitely outfarms Spectre, but I think Spectre, if you can play tempo and you can use Haunt to get kills on AM to slow him down, it's pretty good. Like if he blinks, you can Haunt in and like chase him down and stuff like that. So you have some stuff on him, but in this kind of a game where you're, I mean, he's actually not that far behind. Like realistically, like it's
About
doable.
2,000,
Yeah, it's just the team as a whole feels really far behind.
Yeah, and it feels like this mid-match level 9. Oh my goodness, 2 nukes and the AA's at 30% HP. They're just going to right-click and get the kill there.
They do have the Blink Dagger on sinking, so maybe they can finally start a good team fight for themselves.
Yeah.
I like this 13 strength talent by Anti-Mage against the Ancient Apparition. Like, the only way he loses is he's so far ahead right now that you don't have to make yourself farm faster with that 20 attack speed. Just make yourself not quite burstable from the combination that OG.Seed has.
Trying to run away. We see some jukes. Chain Frost gets thrown out. It bounces
Oh, no.
between his own illusions, but a nice double stun from Zibby. Here comes Chessie. They might have overextended a little bit from Fnatic. There goes Jabs.
You have to kill Anti-Mage here.
And they get him. There's
that-
the AA
Oh,
blast.
got
It
him.
hits him. And he gets the right
Nice.
click from Chessie to get the kill. They needed that one. They will lose a Rasta, but you are super happy with that. Meanwhile,
Nice
Sand
burrow.
King gets another gigantic stun, saving Chessie for now. They're going to jump out. Moon's jumping back in, and uh-oh, the Spectre is just going to 1v1 against Moon. He's fine taking this fight. And now Moon, he's a little bit by himself.
He's
Gotta
worth
be
so much
careful.
gold.
He doesn't even have his item. He had a Crystals killed on his courier like 3 minutes ago, and he
Yeah.
still doesn't have it. Just missing some damage. He will make it out.
Oh, and they killed DJ with Chessie. Chessie came back and hunted him down.
Wow. Uses all the men, and hey, look at that. You get a nice 3-for-1 trade there.
no.
Maybe
Jabs with the
not.
solo
kill.
Jesse,
Jabs.
there
No.
it is. That's going to be another kill for OG.Seed and
Misses
Moon.
the slight.
We're just missing a few spells here and there on Fnatic. Now,
Oh
there's
my
the
God,
ace.
did they actually
kill
Gets
him?
both of them. They get the cancel off, though. Nice mana void by 23 Savage, probably saving his mid laner.
A blink.
he has a blink
He's got
stun?
blink.
He does it. He gets another stun off. Do we have the damage? 23 Savage blinks forward. Now there's
Dagger?
going to be the dagger. They have the lockdown.
Nice
No,
heal.
there's the mech. There's the cookie for it. And oh, no. That would have been a huge kill. But unfortunately, they couldn't get an out. Madar, he's in trouble. There's going to be the bolas. There's the shredder. And what looked like they're doing it. They're doing it. Moves back the other way.
Yeah, if you were down by 4,000 gold instead of 6, you would have killed them there. But the problem is just a little bit too far behind to chase them that far.
Ember's got like what, a dominating streak or something?
I
Is he like
it's
8
even
and
more
0?
than
more.
that.
He's 8 and
Yeah,
0, right? Yeah.
That's
Almost
a,
godlike, yeah.
That's a monster kill streak.
I mean, do you guys think he's gonna die once this game at least?
The
No.
Ember?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I believe so. I think they're going to change
Yeah, they-
stuns. You have so many
they got
disables.
Right.
I think so.
So
Oh,
if
that's
Spectre
Moon
gets
God.
that last hit, then
So we can basically remove like
small
what,
comeback.
2k gold and like 10k XP lead from Fnatic's lead.
Yeah.
Once they kill
10K.
Ember.
And then we can assume, but
Is it more?
oh my, is he just dead middle? No. The Snapfire actually misses like the last 5 blasts. Can Moon get one more slight to the kill? He can.
They're resetting.
It will just run away.
They're really disciplined, Fnatic. Like they recognize that they messed up their spell usage, and they're like, all right, fuck it, we're just gonna get out. We lost nothing here. Let's not give away any dumb kills to the enemy team. Let's not risk Moon's life.
Just because it should have worked doesn't mean you should commit to make it work.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good saying, BSJ, actually.
I just pulled that right out of my ass.
It's good for pub players. Should learn that one.
True.
Zibbe, he does have the level 2 ultimate now.
Chessie needs an item, dog.
He's got one. He's got a Yule's. Ring of Protection as well.
Yeah, there's that empty slot to the right of that Yules, though.
Oh, that
the
kind of
neutral.
item, I see.
Uh-oh, there we go. They get the Yules up. This is going to be Moon. That's the A-Blast. We have the stun, and there's the kill. They chain him together. Ice. He has no mana, by the way. How does he get out of here? It's a Chain Frost. That's how you get out of here. There's the triple cookie stun into the combo. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay, but remember that Ember Spirit was worth 2k gold and 10k experience. So
I think it might have been a little bit more, actually.
Dude, oh, that hurts. What a Chain Frost. The cookie. 3-man cookie stun.
That was like an even trade.
Yeah. Basically. Uh-oh, Z-Freak. DJ just hunting him down. So hard in these trees to juke around.
Give him the jukes. Is he getting the tower?
Oh, he finds him. He's trying to get the tower, but he goes down now. He'll farm. Oh, no, he misses one. And there's the steam from Ice.
Can we get the gold per minute up on the screen?
From
Oh,
you.
he knew the
you got it.
hotkey.
Yeah.
Damn.
I
I was trying to beat him.
When
You
you
can go back to
ops-
net worth.
Yeah.
okay, now show me fantasy points.
That's I. No, O is fantasy. Yeah. Sorry.
How do you know this?
I spectate a lot of pubs and I accidentally click them a lot. Oh, E is here level. They're going to move in.
Nice
There's another
cookie.
A blast.
No
Chesty
buyback on the Ember.
tries to run, and 23 Savage is beating him down. Zibe goes, and there goes the guy who kind of got you all those kills with those nice blink stuns. And if he falls, you run. And they do. This is just very clean. That one death from Moon they had, and he's like, okay, I'm not completely unkillable yet. I'm going to play a little bit farther back. And they go back to just playing clean. Shredder on the tier 2 to slow it down.
Oh, this Rasta is level 7. That's so sad.
At 19, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Sand King running around with his team, so I kind of assumed the Rasta was farming lanes, but it looks like he's had a really hard time to get out. One of the things that make Fnatic really annoying to play against is how well they play the map. I think it's like one of their biggest strengths. When it comes to just like controlling the map and feeling like making sure you feel contained, they're really, really good.
There's a Yules. Not even going to throw the Aether Remnant. Just a simple hello.
The combination of Ember, AM, and this tiny.
Definitely
making
helps.
shot like he normally Z-Freak would be free to just be able to like run up, hit a lane, play in jungle a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's just been hunted down so many
That's the
times.
Spectre, by the way.
Yeah.
You thought it was support. It was not. It was a Spectre. He just goes down. This is tough now because you're trying to farm in your own jungle like at the farthest camp, and even then you're getting camped. And that's with the tier 2 middle not even down yet.
Yeah, and they're immediately running top. They recognize no heroes are bottom. All right, where could they be on the map?
Good
Can
call.
only be top.
None shall pass.
Yep, force them back to base.
Are you even trying?
I agree. Just are they trying, Savage?
It's tough. It feels 23. How do you feel about
hard.
him as the player? Right, he is like the new guy on this team. Like
Yeah.
that. Almost. I mean, not a new player, obviously, but he's very fresh. He looks good. He looks like a veteran himself alongside all these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has like a really nice roster too. Oh, team fight.
Yeah, they're going to stun toss combo. Chessie will be able to get out of it as the Void Spirit throws down the Remnant to just zone him out. But Zibe, he's already used his Sandstorm. He does have enough mana for another stun. He wants to stun Blink
be
away,
fine
maybe.
here.
Nice battle fear to cancel the Blink Dagger. And now they just push forward. Well played. A-Blast is going to hit onto two of them. They're going to try to back out. It is going to be the buyback. Spectre ultis on in. Z-Freak goes down. Pexu goes down. The Chain Frost bounces back to the Spectre. Sand King does get his ulti up, but he's not really hitting anyone. There's the Bolus onto the ground. The Spectre is getting eaten alive. And oh no, it's a dieback for the Sand King. This is not looking good at all for OG.Seed. And there's the tip back from 23 Savage after he got tipped earlier. And that was a 6-for-0 team fight.
Yeah, it's probably game.
Yeah, this is looking like curtains. Fnatic, man, they are just going beast mode right now in this best-of-5 grand finals. And the Ember as well just goes Chrysalis first item right into a BKB. He realizes, he's like, it gives me a little damage. I just can't die. If I'm magic immune, I literally cannot die.
He takes out the two supports, or like forces them to be. The way it kind of works when you play against Ember is like he has this gigantic circle around him, which if you enter the circle, you die. If he gets the chains on you, you're dead. And with BKB, you have no way of like protecting yourself either with stuns or whatever.
Yeah, that fight, he literally just slided, bolted both of them, and then Ice just rained fire on him. They're
Right.
just done. Oh, misses the tower last hit, but we'll forgive him.
Yeah, but I think 23 Savage has like a really nice roster to like be a fresh star on.
Yeah.
Because it's like the other players I think are like a complete package. They cover everything. And he can just kind of like do his own thing. Whatever is needed for the game, he can do it. So, yeah, I mean, he looks good, and I think his team makes it pretty easy for him. Or like, That's the way it looks like now.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
easy to say that about a team when they're winning, right?
Exactly.
Everything looks good.
They're just going to go into Roche now. Pipe, Mech, Guardian Greaves still 1,000 away. And you see it. It's rough on that scoreboard right now. Chessie, man, Chessie is still 5-3-3. He's putting some work, but the problem is you're the 4th most highest net worth. Your Spectre, he was actually pretty close to the aim when you talked about it. Now he's like 7,000 down, just like that.
He's actually less than half of his
That's
net worth.
nuts. And they were. This was like 5 minutes ago when you said that, and they were close.
Anti-Mage has eclipsed
like
doubling the entirety of Radiant. Like first place of Radiant is less than half of the Anti-Mage.
That's a pretty good anti-mage game, I'd say, then.
Yeah.
Oh, and they just jump for it immediately. They get the kill. That's technically still a dieback. Doesn't have it still.
Alright, so who are we buying the Rapier on? Spectre?
Maybe the
Sand King.
AA. Because then you have the range, right? So
That's
you
true,
can just
that's
zone
true.
him out from afar.
You have the range.
Void Spirit.
You have the range.
Ah, Void Spirit's not
Void
bad.
Spirit.
Because you jump through him. Yeah.
Kill the entire team. Maybe
Take
he gets
like a third of
a
Anti-Mage's health with that.
They're just pushing right into the base. They know. They're like, we don't even have the best building hitters, but Little Shredder makes it a lot
I
easier.
think they have a Dragon Scale on somebody, don't they?
They got one, yeah.
Oh, that's actually really smart what SS is doing.
What
He's
is he
like
doing?
attacking
He's
slowly
holding the
with
Shredder.
so the
Yeah.
tower was like disabled for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before.
Oh, really?
We're not calling you a scrub, obviously,
I mean,
but really? No,
I mean, maybe that's why you guys aren't Snapfire.
Yeah, that's
players.
why. That's why you guys don't play
I'm
Snap.
learning. I'm learning.
it's cool.
Oh, we
And-
do play Snapfire, but we don't win with it.
Oh, there's
Right,
And
right.
We're learning
double
why.
stun.
Maybe that's why you
Can
don't.
they get it? Zibe, not. Don't kill him again. He just died 4 times in a row after the buyback. He'll die again. Middle melee. Barracks goes down. You want to say just end it at the throne. They probably don't have enough damage to do that, so they're just going to take the last Rex. There's the blink forward, though. Chessie, he's lost all his mana. There's going to be the stun from DJ.
Nice
Perfect.
positioning on the toss.
Yeah, exactly. Gets him in the air, gets the kill. Is godlike now on 23 Savage. There's the buyback on Void Spirit. One last hurrah. If. We'll see. Madara, he's getting stunned. He's getting soloed by Ice Ice Ice. What? 8th Remnant pulls 23 Savage in. The problem is, at this point, he's like, I don't mind dying. Full HP, full mana, sure. Got the Aegis. And there's the Deso now, so ton of hero damage and building push.
Why does Burrow Strike count on Spell Shield, even if you don't click on him, but other abilities do not?
Like what?
Like Dagger.
That's a good question. But there's the stun. Oh, and it is going to be the big ulti. They get the Sandstorm as well. AA Blast will hit onto 2 of them. There goes Jabs. Can they get 23 Savage? They get Moon instead. Chessie is getting turned around on 23 Savage. Is still full HP. Nice stun again from the Sand King. They planted the wards onto the ground. 23 Savage, he blinks into the base. Z-Freak is holding him in place. Cooking him away, but he's still going to get frozen, but he gets the kill beforehand. Now DJ, he's swinging on him. The Sand King, he gets a tree thrown at him. Does not get the best ulti from AM, but it won't matter. Yule's into the air. Tiny. He is going to go down. Chessie able to get the kill, but 23 Savage, is it an ultra kill? One more kill will give him the rampage. Will they give him the rampage? They gave him the rampage. Well played, thrown out. Moon throws a couple OKs because he died for the second time, but does get carried there. And another sub 30-minute game. Fnatic, I hate to say it, because there is still another game, but they look almost unbeatable right now.
Yeah, I think the OG.Seed, they fit. EG's tempo fit them a lot better than Fnatic's. It looks like they're really struggling with the tempo that Fnatic are bringing to them.
Yeah, it feels like that. This is a best of 5, though, so OG.Seed, if they can string 3 wins off in a row, they can still take this tournament. It is going to be tough. It is an uphill battle. We see Fnatic, they're already ready. They're like, let's take a quick break. So how about you guys at home? You guys always want to be pro players, so how about you take a break just like them? We're going to see the highlights, and when we get back, we'll break it down for you. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, I was at the gym right now getting a little bit of a workout here before we got to game number 3. But if you just missed it, Fnatic, a pretty clean game. It took 10 more minutes than the first game, but once again, they are looking like that team who was poised to go, you know, do very, very well at the major. Rest in peace, of course. But we're now joined by Dan, Cap, and BSJ. And Dan, I saw you watching the game over there. This looks rough for OG.Seed.
It looks a little rough.
Yeah.
I think they can turn it around. They're having a team talk over there.
And there's smiles. I see
There's
smiles.
Smiles. I think their manager from OG Organisation has come to tell them that he's proud of them, whatever happens, which is nice. But I think they can turn this around.
That's
a little bit.
loser talk.
I heard
You gotta
guys
say,
are
I will
scrubs.
only be proud of you if you win this final right now.
I heard pizza party if it's a 3-0, so you know
that's
that's not what we want to see for OG.Seed, promising young squad of up-and-comers.
Yep.
And Chelsea's blowing off a little steam here.
Yep, Z-Free and Chelsea playing big. But if we're being completely serious, OG.Seed in the grand finals, you're already very impressive. I know
Yes.
a lot of people we were just talking to, it was like, you know, the Thunder Predator OG.Seed, by far the bottom two here. They're in the grand finals. They beat EG in a game they were down almost 30,000 golden. They deserve, as you said, the praise no matter what, because they came from no one's expectations to being in the grand finals. So big shout out to them.
That is a dangerous line though.
It is.
To be like man, we made it to the grand finals, awesome, and
Yeah.
just to be happy with that, you got to
yes.
keep up that drive
100%.
of like we always
Yeah.
want more, and I think that's really hard for a team that's accomplished so much already.
But
You know?
if you remember the Seb speeches at the TI8 when they won, that was, again, we're just happy to be here. And I think it is sometimes important to not overload yourself with expectations
I
and
agree.
believe that it's okay whatever you do, because otherwise you're just going to start making mistakes because
I
the
agree.
pressure's too high.
But for me personally, I think that's more of a TI thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you guys feel,
I-
but I feel like that's a
kind of
TI
agree with
thing
that,
where it's
yeah.
like TI's the tournament where like nerves and pressure play the biggest extent.
Yeah.
And I feel like OG.Seed probably aren't that nervous about.
There's probably a little gut
Summit, you
feeling,
know?
but yeah, not the most.
This
I
could
agree.
literally be the last land of all time, and you're saying they're not nervous?
That is a good point, actually.
What are you guys doing? Get the hell upstairs and be worried. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop
I'm just kidding.
playing ping
Yeah.
pong.
No, but you know what? I don't want to see OG.Seed give away another game, but you know what I do want to see? I want to see a giveaway for the freaking fans, my friend.
Wow.
You guys
Wow.
at home
What a
can
segue.
get some free stuff. BTS.GG/giveaway. Not only free stuff, straight up money, cash.
Money.
Yep, love the cash
Gotcha.
money. As you see it, all the swag. You got the hats, the snapback, the freaking Dotes hoodie. What's that currency symbol?
That's
euro?
a euro.
A what? No, I'm just kidding. 100 euros. And yeah, BTS.GG/giveaway. Get some free stuff. I mean, if you don't like free stuff, then I don't like you. That's a simple fact of life. Because if you don't like free stuff, that just means like, why would you not like getting stuff for free? Anyone?
Oh, is
What
that
stuff
what that
do you
means?
what,
Logically follows very closely.
what stuff do you like if you don't like free stuff?
No, I do
I
like.
mean,
I'm saying I like
saying
free.
that
Oh,
if they
yeah.
don't like free stuff, then they literally like nothing.
Exactly.
that's why you don't
and
like
that's
them.
why I don't like them.
Yeah.
Exactly. BSJ
Wait, do you have to
follows.
take all free stuff?
No, not all free stuff, but I'm saying
Okay.
if positive free stuff, yes.
Okay.
Not negative free stuff.
Name
They're-
one negative free thing you've ever had happen.
Garbage.
That's ever been given to you? You've
Yeah,
been given
people have
garbage?
given me garbage. Haven't you ever done that thing? You want a piece of gum,
No.
and then you hand them the empty package.
Nice.
And they look in there, and they're
I'm
like,
not an
"Oh."
asshole. What
Well,
do you, who do you think I
BSJ,
am?
there's
I
a-
haven't done it either, but it's been done to me,
Okay, fair enough.
Brian.
That,
There's
that
a-
does sound pretty
There's
scarring.
a few negative free things that are going around right now you could catch that you probably don't want to, so we'd stay away from that one. You know, like if someone
Too
coughed on
soon.
you.
Too soon.
Okay, yeah. We don't want to see that, but there is a game 3, hopefully a game 4, and hopefully a game 5. But that does mean OG.Seed, they got to step it up. They got to get it going. We'll see if they can do it. We're going to have a short break, but when we get back, game number 3 of the grand finals of the Loop Bet DOTA Summit. 1, 2, 12.
Made for live betting.
And welcome back. Game 3 right around the corner. We've got Europe versus Southeast Asia. OG.Seed versus Fnatic. And yes, I'm seeing it right there. What Cap is holding, the trophy for the Loot Bet Dota Summit 12. And it's beautiful. The duck, look at it. The troll. What would you nickname a troll warlord duck? Duck Lord? Duck Warlord?
Quascar? Quackar?
Quackar.
Quackar?
What are some breeds of duck? Mallard?
Mallard,
That's the
Stone Filion.
That sounds right.
Those are the only two I have. Geese.
geese on ducks.
Canadian, American, all kinds of geese.
Yeah, we got them all here. No, but a gorgeous trophy, and I love these trophies because they are a little bit different. You know, like if I wanted a normal trophy, then I'd go be a 6-year-old and play soccer and get my participation trophy. I want one that's designed and looks beautiful, and that's one right here.
Have you got any trophies?
Yeah, I have quite a few participation trophies. I was the king of soccer and getting last place.
From personal experience
yeah,
right there.
It was. Do I actually have any trophies that are like
meaningful?
Me doing some good? I really don't think I do. I think I threw all of them away, honestly, when I moved. When you move, trophies are like the first thing to go for most people, I think. Unless you're like a jock in high school and that was the last thing you ever did good in your life, and now you're just bullying kids. Oh, you think you're good enough for me? But you know what's even better than that? We have a draft coming your way, so get ready. Dun, dun, dun. You see OG.Seed still smiles on the faces there. Unfortunately, we did have a draft, but it looks like one person did not load in. A classic. I will say, for any aspiring casters at home, I hope you get used to being in a lobby and it not loading 40 times, and then the players insulting you even though you're there, and they're like, well, you're the one not loading, boot him, and you're like, what the hell? So get used to that. But no, guess what? I lied. We are into the draft now. Fnatic, OG.Seed, Game 3. What are we switching up? We did Game 1 to Game 2. They got more stuns. They didn't do the Chen. I feel like you just have to play super fast-paced, right? It's Fnatic. They're going to be in your face at 15 minutes in every game.
I think OG.Seed are better as a 4 Protect 1 team than they are as a fast-paced team.
Yeah, so...
But that's not worked for them
yeah,
thus far.
yeah.
I guess they can
Scary.
go fast-paced, but I would like to see them just draft a better 4 Protect 1 draft, because I think they're good enough to do it. They beat EG, who are as good as Fnatic.
Agreed. But the question is, so would you have been happy if instead of just even the Spectre it was a TB, or do you think they needed different first 4 picks as well?
I think they had lost the draft prior to their last pick.
Okay. And why?
I stick by the fact that if you're going to pick Void Spirit into Ember Spirit, you should just pick him first round and have the offlaner have a better matchup. At that point, you're your last pick, and so when you pick your offlane blind, meaning you haven't seen the carry yet, and then you pick your mid laner into an unfavorable matchup, you're going to lose 2 out of 3 lanes. That's just what's going to happen. So your last pick carry not only has to be a win condition, but it also has to win the lane. And so they went for the win condition from the Spectre, and then they just lose all 3 lanes. So it really does, at some point, you just can't catch up in one pick. And I don't think their last pick had enough boxes it could possibly check to survive or save the draft.
The upside of this is OG can fix all of this. They can make the comeback because the draft, right?
The draft.
Just fix that. Just draft better.
Just draft better. It's
Just pick the
simple
heroes
as that.
better. That's it.
Get heroes that are better.
Yeah.
Simple as that. There's an Earthshaker still in the pool.
It's good.
Just want to say, because the Rubik did get banned.
So
It's
last
left.
time
You have to take
they
it.
opted to ban the Earthshaker, and Fnatic was the one to ban Rubik. Rubik is one of the most successful heroes at this tournament. Has been picked 17 times, a 64% win rate.
That's pretty
How
good.
many out of 17 is that?
9.
Is contested 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have to take it here if you're OG.Seed, right? Or else Fnatic will snap
You're going
it.
to take
They first
Earthshaker.
overall.
I think they're going to pick Clockwork in response on Fnatic.
And they've still got the Batrider and the Nyx in the pool.
Yeah, there are. There's
a lot of
few
stuff.
heroes. Oracle getting first phase ban, the Nature's Prophet every game. Ice has showed he can carry with it with his Maelstrom Bloodthorn build, or he can just Guardian Greaves first like he's been doing. And
Snapfire Clock?
Yeah, it's almost certainly Clock.
Snapfire.
You think Clock is just that good of a 1-to-1? Because that hero's looked pretty bad even in games it wins. To me at least, this tournament.
I think it's really good against Shaker, and I just know Fnatic likes it. But if they don't pick it here, that means their opinion of the hero has changed over the course of this tournament.
And hasn't Ice played it every game,
Yeah.
and he's played the Snapfire. That's the only thing he's actually played the Snapfire every game they've picked it. They've never played it support.
Really?
Yeah.
No one else seems to rate Snapfire 3 apart from Fnatic.
They really don't.
Oh, Tiny.
So they clearly are committing to Snapfire
3, it looks like.
I guess potentially being a 3, because at this point, if they picked something like the Clockwork, I would assume it's going to be on their offlane player, because he usually plays a more active 4th-3 position while DJ ends up getting more farm. But they kind of seem to have gone away from that. Like last game, we had DJ on the Tiny and him on the farm-heavy Snapfire. Earlier on in the tournament, we were seeing 4-position Pucks, 3-position Clockworks, that kind of stuff. But they've gone back on that. Tiny apparently is still pretty good after they've nerfed level 1 Toss into Oblivion.
Yeah.
Does Moon play a mid Tiny, or is that not?
He has before, but it's been so long. I think really the only people playing it are the brothers, Chessie,
Wow.
Limp, and then they take the Batrider. All right.
That hero stole the pool, surprisingly. One of the most popular picks and bans throughout the course of the tournament.
I'd expect them to ban the Nyx now. They've picked the Batrider, but maybe not.
They've already revealed their 2 supports, or their At least they're 4. There's no way Tiny's mid. I refuse.
Yeah,
to
no,
believe.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure this is their 3-4, and Jabs has played 5 Nicks, so I think it is
Oh,
a
they
possibility.
have played 5
they have,
Knicks.
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Not this
That's
tournament,
possible.
but Fnatic in the past definitely has.
Okay, I guess against Bat, you could probably argue that it's worth having a Knicks 5.
And then, I mean, your lane, then, honestly, at that point, then your lanes are pretty trashy, though, right? Like with a Tiny and a Nyx support.
Yeah, if
Doesn't
you have
feel
a favorable
best.
matchup against the Bat, meaning like you have Nyx plus, Lifestealer or Slark or something in the safe lane, you could probably get away with it. Getting away with it is the question, though. Would you rather get away with it, or would you rather kind of try to dumpster this Bat Rider? I think
Yeah.
Oracle comes to mind. Oh, that's already banned first round.
Abaddon.
I was going to say a
perhaps?
Baden, but then would you pick it as a 5?
Yeah. And
it's
then you'd
not a
have a
great
5-4 melee duo.
Disruptor's also really nice against Bat, not necessarily in lane, but it's really hard to play Bat in the mid game because you get Thunderstriked and glimpsed.
Yeah.
Usually you use like the vision, the cliffs as your advantage.
Oof, they banned the TA out.
Hmm.
Much faster paced hero. And this draft, much different than the first 2 already, actually, because you can tell OG.Seed hasn't really played much of these 2 heroes. And already trying to swap it up quite a bit, which is what we wanted to see. Don't go with the status quo if the status quo is negative.
One really nice thing is that Fnatic or OG.Seed has the last pick of this next phase, which is probably where they're going to solidify the Bat Rider as a support or core. And by that time, they should be able to know what Fnatic's safe lane core is, I would guess. Because they have ultimate last pick, right? So very likely they're going to save that for a Moon Hero.
Yeah.
So if OG.Seed just holds off on their mid, then they'll be able to get the Bat Rider support or core matchup, which I think is a nice idea.
I love how they're just leaving the Void Spirit in too, right? Like, Fnatic's like, we know Chessie likes it, even here, like, and honestly, OG.Seed might just take it.
Yeah.
They love that Void Spirit so much. At least you're not first phasing it, but
They've lost twice with it, and it's a 37% win rate right
at
now.
this tourney, damn.
Yeah,
How many games?
It's one of the most picked heroes 19 times.
Okay.
When a
Wow.
team picks a hero like that keeps on losing, because sub 40% win rate is pretty dire.
Yeah.
Why do they just not stop picking it?
For me, I mean, from what I learned when I was like at EG's boot camp, it's like you don't just go into Dota saying we're gonna pick. There's a chance we pick one out of like all these 110 heroes. You do have like a certain hero pool you pick from a lot of the times, and it's hard. Like a lot of their success came from the Void Spirit, right? So even though you lost the last 2 games, it's like, well, we've gotten this far with it. It's so hard, and it's like the thing, when you read on Reddit, like, God, Bull was a dumbass. Why'd they last pick this hero? It's like, well, they kind of, it's what got him here. They can't just like switch up your strategy in the last series of the game is how I see it.
That's where like the weird picks come in a tournament. When one team swerves, then the other team, like, there's another subsection of heroes that are opened up because this different off-meta hero is picked. Therefore, other heroes are opened up, and then you just get a really weird draft as a result.
Kind of like what we saw in Game 1, actually.
Okay, Omni Knight, that's most likely their 3, right?
Yeah, I think they are swerving over to the Snapfire support now.
Still could be a 5. We've seen it a couple times, but
that hero feels so
That
weird.
kind of screams like
Yeah.
Sven or Troll to me. Those heroes don't lane all that well versus Bat, but if I'm going to pick Omni instead of, say, Legion or Abaddon, I'd like to make a hero. I'd like to pick a carry that really utilizes that status resistance. And those are usually these, like, kiteable hard right-clickers that oftentimes can just be controlled during the limited time they're powerful. So Troll and Sven are who I mentioned.
what do you think OG.Seed does? Do you think they're more likely to put this Bat Rider as a 3, countered by the Omni, but doesn't have to lane against it? Or are you more likely to just downgrade its farm position, but have the bad matchup in lane?
I personally think Bat Rider should be a 3 now. I think the Flame
Yeah.
Break nerf was too hard for him to be a 5. And there's the Slark. Slark stands out as well. They go Leshrac instantly. So their idea is we have the Morphling in lane versus the Omni Knight. We have Leshrac as like this mid-game damage dealer against the Slark. Even if he's buffed up by status resistance, he kind of just takes massive amount of damage while he's trying to go on the Lesh. They have a lot of AoE stuff to just throw on the ground for OG.Seed. So Slark will need probably 1 or 2 tanky items to feel good about fighting them. you oftentimes don't want to go BKB when you have an Omni Knight on your team. You'll lean towards like this Sounds and Yasha type of build. But in this case, they have so much magic damage, you might have to go BKB anyway.
Yeah, when you have a Lesh and an Earthshaker, like, you can't just, ulti, TP out. You will never be able to do that in this game.
It's pretty funny, though. Out of all of the teams, you're going to try an Earthshaker Morphling?
I don't think
they're
actually
Fnatic and 23 Savage.
I don't think they're actually like buying an Ags or anything on this Morphling. It's just going to be a completely normal Morphling build. Are they saving their last pick for 5? Is there? Oh, they didn't ban. They just ran out of time, didn't ban.
Damn, the classic, right? Ice did that. That was like 4 or 5 years ago when the whole meme happened.
That was his first bans, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not the last one.
It was some. Yeah, he just loves. Hey, we can beat you with anything. Let's see if OG.Seed does the same thing.
Do you worry about picking the Lesh without a strong save? Because it always feels like it goes well with Oracle to me.
As of right now, they don't have any way to just kill this Lesh.
Got a tiny.
I feel like a tiny plus Snapfire does quite a bit of damage.
Well, usually Lesh struggles to survive for the first 10-15 minutes, and then he gets like 2 items. So
just get to the Yules.
Just get to the Yules Bloodstone, or Yules BKB. Sometimes you'll see too. My major concern is just going to be coming from the mid lane matchup. There's a lot of heroes that can kind of abuse the Leshrac, and Moon has shown so far this series that he's kind of just owning Chessie in the mid lane.
What are your favorites?
Well, honestly, Morphling is one of my favorites, but they obviously have that hero. In terms of Lesh, you can look for these Lenas, these Quaps can be really annoying, but at the same time, those 2 heroes are not really seen very much. So when it comes down to the way Fnatic likes to play, I think they're going to lean towards something like Kunkka. Just make themselves really tanky, make themselves really hard to burst with all these stuns that OG has. And heroes like Omni and Slark, if they get past those initial bursts, they're just going to win the long fights because of the saves, the Essence Shift stacks. So I'm personally leaning towards Kunkka. Very good in lane versus Leshrac. Leshrac's kind of low armor, kind of dies to the X combos. You have the tiny to rotate.
Is there a chance they pick a support here?
For OG.Seed?
Yeah, and let the bat be 3.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 5-position hero coming out here. They banned the puck, and that's almost certainly a 5-inch, but they could do a 3-inch.
I'm curious because we did see in the first series Peksu did play the bat, but I agree. I think
you have 5-inch against Omni instead of 5 Batrider. I think you'd prefer that. I don't think Batrider hates laning against Slark. You can just cut creeps with your Firefly once you're level 2.
Okay, they take it themselves. So we saw Chessie on this hero in the first 2 games. Now we're going to swap it around. I'm going to assume it's on Moon, and it is. So we got the draft 3 and does very well. This could be the last game of the loop at Dota Summit 12. Any thoughts?
It is going to be an offlane Enchantress. Okay. I'm ready to mix it up a little bit. Retro style, patch ago. I'm ready for OG.Seed to give them a run for their money.
Yep. Cap, what's the percentage OG.Seed can take this to a game for?
A solid 40%.
Dan?
I'll go 42%.
Okay, so we've got a decent percentage on them. Can OG.Seed do this? Will this be the last LAN Dota 2 game we have in a long-ass time? Or will OG.Seed say, no, sir, Dota will live forever? That is a good question. We're going to be heading into the game. there you see it. We head right into the game. Before you saw that in the player cam, we saw the young man in the middle there, the coach of Fnatic, Sunby, having a pretty good tournament here. He's got a lot of experience as a coach now. Honestly, one of the most successful NA people that have come out in a while, coaching huge name teams over the last 3-4 years and doing it again. Another LAN win, maybe.
I was about to say, what about the reverse sweep, Grant?
It could.
Already spoiling it for the viewers.
I am not spoiling it because this is
Yeah,
not
I
a
thought DOTA
simulation.
was gonna live forever, Grant.
Well, yeah, in your heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nowhere else, only in your heart. Sorry.
It's going to live forever 42% of the time, I think, is what we've come to the conclusion.
What it's looking like. And it so it is Chessie on the left Shrek, but it is going to be the middle Morphling on Madara.
It does have a really good matchup versus the Void Spirit, but we've seen this before. Will the superior matchup prevail, or the fact that Moon's played a bajillion mid lane games while Madara probably has not played all that many?
Yeah, it's scary. And you see, okay, the map 3 winner, so it is a lot more even than we saw in the first 2 games there. And it sounds like you guys agree this is probably the more – you guys think this is the most even draft we've seen so far? I know hindsight and all that, but –
I personally think so, but Enchantress was nerfed pretty hard as an offlaner. And if Slark gets off to a good start, I think he'll take this game over real fast. So it's gonna. I'm now looking towards more so the bottom lane, since they elected to put Enchantress as an. Like if they put Batrider as the 5 or as the 3, it was just gonna be a trade bottom. Both heroes get good farm. In this case, it's much gonna be more of a brawl between the Slark and the Enchantress.
There's very few times where you've seen an in-between game for a core Enchantress. You were either the game winner, you were the game loser. Like, you either have no impact or you have very high impact. So, definitely need to win bottom lane. And it's going to start with a Fisher block.
do you even get a point in impetus this game, or is this going to be like a 0-4-4 we've been seeing more?
So that answers your question. I don't think
It
core
does.
Enchantress
Boom.
can lane well without impetus.
Okay.
Yeah, like, what's the point of running core Enchantress if you don't do damage?
Your choice is to go impetus or heal, meaning that if you're a support, they usually max heal. If you're a core, you usually can't get any points in heal. You just don't have the mana to do both. Oh, the deny on the range creep.
Yep.
Ooh, big start already. Adjust those odds.
He needs them.
And he's not going to be able to get the range creep of his own here. Nice deny.
And then he'll get the last hit. Oof. I just love middle lane. There's so much creep pulling shenanigans under the tower now that the towers are closer to the river. A lot of crazy stuff. We'll get the creep pull here. Pex, he's trying to stag up the sticky, but no boots versus boots first. Always feels good if you have the boots. 8th Remnant pull him in. He is morphing strength, but that is going to be 3 free right clicks.
And despite all those sticky napalm stacks, he still managed to get the creep over the hill.
Yeah, he did.
Which is really big, because you have to turn around and hit one of the creeps to re-aggro them.
Not if he stickies you.
Maybe. Well, in which case,
they follow
Pexu,
you
that would
based
be a
on vision.
mistake. That would be a mistake if he stickied him.
To give the vision.
Yeah, you should use that time as a chance to be able to close the distance and for him to turn around.
Uh-oh, and we're seeing the problem. You do not have your attack slow anymore. You just get bullied in lane, and you cannot leave this hero alone. And you see, Z-Freak's like, hello, I've got 2 creep waves here.
Can I tell you from an Enchantress player perspective, that is almost GG for your game. Like, if you die once in the laning stage against a hero like Slark, your laning stage is going to be atrocious.
Because he already bullies you a little, now he bullies you a lot, right?
It's a very snowbally matchup. Like, sometimes a death will just mean, you know, a little bit more of an advantage towards one side or the other. I think in Enchantress lanes, these deaths are more costly than any other hero in the game.
Oh, the bottle will get it denied. Nice play there
big.
from Z-Freak, yeah. Don't let Moon just control these runes.
You know what the worst part is that death was so important at the bottom lane, and it was also there was no reason to be in that position.
Yeah, because your creeps were coming back,
creeps
right?
were being pulled.
Slark didn't even have to invest anything to kill you. He just pounced you and you died.
He literally was just trying to get more harassment damage in.
Uh-oh. And now a little bit of trouble here for Z-Freak. That's not a little bit of trouble, or is it? No, it's a lot of trouble.
Didn't give him the... Didn't give one person the bounty.
Yeah, give it to 2. Split it between them.
Split it between them. That's a clarity each.
Madara? They're trading last hits now, obviously. Tough to trade versus a Morphling. He looks low, and then, you know, you just get more strength between every attack, and then you lose. So the lane we haven't been watching too much, that top one. How's that one going? Well, it's stunned, but doesn't get it.
Fleshrack appears to be having a good time.
Chessie 15-0.
Yeah, 15-0. Omni-Knight's getting the XP he wants, it looks like. Tiny kind of just left him alone at this point. You have really no aggression as Omni-Knight against ranged carries.
I will say, too, he's like, Chessie's doing most of that last hitting under the tower. On a hero like Leshrac, that's
tough, yeah.
pretty damn tough. See, continued denies from Moon Madar.
Nice last inning.
Yeah, 17-2 going up against 15-4, so actually very, very even. As you said, some of these middle matchups are just hard if you don't play middle, but what about the second death in a lane like this, BSJ?
I mean, that's the second one happens because of the first one. That's what I mean by that first
so
one.
Just,
so
it's just going to compound now?
It just keeps getting easier and easier.
The play? Do you go to the jungle?
Enchantress, that's the problem with offlane.
There
isn't really a play.
There?
You just keep going back, and you make it as hard as possible to kill you, and you make them keep drawing attention, because anytime they eventually leave the Slark alone before he's 6, the Enchantress will bully, so just keep going back, make them commit 2 or 3 heroes to stopping you, and minimize the feeds, even though they will most likely continue to happen.
You never want the enemy to feel comfortable leaving Slark
Alone.
solo in lane pre-level 6.
Yeah.
That is like one of the worst things. So
Slark was so free farm and solo. It's scary.
it's the
Nice
best way to
done.
snowball.
Will they get the kill? Oh, the body block from Jabs buys them just enough time to get that permanent agility and the kill on Slark. Just kidding. Snapfire says, I need that one.
That's a slipper of agility worth of agility for him so far this game.
Just like that. And they're going to push under the tower. You still got to be careful even here. Until you're level 6, you just always have to be careful on this Enchantress versus the Slark. And full treads. Oof. Scary. But the Leshrac, top of the CS, like we said, Chessie is still having that good time. Morphling is second in line there, so even though it's a 1,000 gold lead, still going okay for the cores of OG.Seed.
Oh, that's a really good play by Pexi to push Void Spear back to base there. Might be in some trouble top.
I think they've picked against this Omni Knight really well with the Leshrac and the Morphling.
They have.
I don't think his ult's going to be that effective.
Yeah, and you kind of that's why they picked the Morphling third when they saw the Omni, right? Because he's just going to turn into the Omni and just W himself the entire game, or
Yeah. When you pick Morphling against heroes like Omni, it's because you want to be a better version of them already. Because Omni for carries is pretty much meant to be a Heavenly Grace.
Ice. Could be a little trouble. Oh, he's allowed to
Nice
get the
block.
ability off. Can they get the full body block? He's cutting down the trees. That's the problem with Firefly, though. Can't juke. All the trees are gone. He's going to be completely okay. Instead, Pexu's just going to get turned around. The creep actually misses, and he will survive.
That was good sidestepping from Pexu there.
It was.
Regen rune denied
Ouch.
by DJ. But at least it did not go the way of Moon in terms like he doesn't
In the
really,
bottle, yeah.
Yeah, like the Morphlings obviously would have liked them regen, but he's more so just trying to make sure the opponent mid does not get it.
Because you get. Oh, go on.
One of these heroes in this game has not won a game.
Can
at
I
the
pick?
Summit. Can you guess which one?
Yes. Batrider.
I think Batrider has
This
won,
summit
dog?
or
Well, I
any
thought if you're
summit?
asking the question, I thought, wait, this summit?
Yeah, this summit.
Oh, I thought, because it can't be an obvious answer because
Enchantress.
you asked it. Yeah, Enchantress hasn't, definitely.
That was part of the joke. It's the obvious here, right? Enchantress has lost 4
What
of her
about
games.
Omni?
She's 0-4.
Has Omni won a game?
Sounds like you should have said, what, 2 heroes, Cap, with your statistician.
This is the first Omni game.
So
Well,
it hasn't
they
won a
still
game
know,
then.
hasn't won a game.
They're going to be a toss back. Moon, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to run away. A couple right clicks coming from Pexu. You got that physical damage, but no. They'll be able to bring him down and get this tower. Nice rotation from OG.Seed here.
I cannot believe Slark died bottom like that. That was huge. This Enchantress is kind of back in the game now because Slark was almost 6, and if he gets 6 without dying, then you're good. But now you got 6 before he did, so he actually has to leave, and now you get to camp in this bottom lane as Enchantress. You'll eventually start maxing out the thing that steals the creeps. Why am I totally blanking on this? Enchant. Thank you, of course.
It's the Enchantress.
Enchant, yeah.
You start maxing out the enchant, and then you can pressure the tower. So and now that mid lane tower is gone, that bodes really well for Enchantress even more so because they're not going to be able to bring heroes to her lane because they're already having to salvage the mid lane.
And I always see, like, this is why Dota's such a great game, because of the humanness, right? Because BSJ, you said that Enchantress dies one time. That could just be the end of the game, but because of human error on the Slark, right? The Enchantress is a little bit back in the game. Not everything can be perfect. 23 seconds. He's just trying to run away. There's going to be the Guardian Angel to get a little bit more region. Will it be enough? There's the stun on top. Chessie gets the kill. He might get a double. Ice is going to have to run away. Sir, you're on the Radiant. You need to go the other way, but he's just going to go deeper and deeper into this jungle. Pexu says, I'm here now as well, but not the highest movement speed. Still running away. Just buying space. There's no way he makes it out of this, right? He's just space creating.
I think he is going to take a lot longer to kill than
nice
they
block
want
in
to.
there.
Yeah, Fisher block.
And
Easy.
Chessie melts him down, and yeah, this safe lane Leshrac, it's feeling pretty damn good. They just took their first gold lead of the game here now.
These fissure blocks have been on point.
Jabs. He's like, I need level 6. I need to have some impact now. DJ just roaming around himself. And now that OG.Seed does have this gold lead, they did get that middle tower. How do you abuse taking that middle tower early? Where do you want to play? Enchantress, you said, still just stays bottom. Where does like everyone else go?
It opens up the top half the way it does for Batrider right now. It allows their 5-position heroes to get more farm on the map than they otherwise would have. So now you can rotate your cores like to play around mid and jungle, and then you play around your strong core in lane, which is Enchantress. And now Leshrac is actually going down. Now, that is not what you want.
Oof.
The whole point of this is that triangle is a safe area, but that Radiant Ward paying huge dividends. Seeing him walk that way, so they just catch him off guard, pants down.
Ooh, and they had the sentry, but it just barely missed.
Dara's actually going to rotate top.
Let's see. Can they... Looks like they want to pressure his tower. Maybe Madara just wants to farm. It's going to be tough. Ice. He's just sitting under here with tons of HP, tons of regen. He's fine.
Is he going E-Blade on Morph, do you reckon?
I think that's most likely what he should go this game. To deal with the Omni Knight, you deal with the supports in the back line real quick.
Safety from the Slark, which is nice.
Yeah.
He gets on
the
top
Ghost
of you.
Scepter is valuable for that reason too.
Slark's going Ags.
It's an okay diffuse lags game.
Remember when the Axe first got changed on Slark? It was like the first, second item in every single pub, and people were like, this is just unbeatable. What changed? Because they didn't nerf it that much.
They nerfed it pretty drastically.
Did they? What was the nerf? Sorry.
The pounce goes 3/4 as far, and the cooldown is 10 seconds instead of 8.
Okay, the cooldown one. That sounds rough, but look at this. Uh-oh, 23 Savage. He is going to have to pop his Dark. He's just eating so much AoE damage, but he does make it out. Ooh. Moon, on the other hand, does not, so Chessie almost gets a double there. DJ as well, dropping low.
I feel like he can only go the Diffusal Eggs this game because he has an Omni Knight, right?
I agree.
Because he has Heavenly Grace. Because otherwise, don't you need the SNY build against Earthshakers?
Maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. I
didn't want to tell you, but yeah.
I've fallen out of favor with Slark Diffusal. I think the
Really?
nerfs to Diffusal make it so Slark would rather just go other items. That's my personal opinion.
So it's 10 less mana? Was there anything
It's 10
else?
less mana, and effectively it's 8 less damage. Like, because you're not dealing the mana burn.
Right.
Gotcha.
I personally just really like the SNY build on Slark in the games like this, and Diffusal SNY is a bit awkward because you have no mana. So usually if I'm going SNY, I'll get Echo Saber. But the thing about Diffusal is the goal is to make it so by hitting them but not killing them, they can't fight you anymore. And on all these other heroes, they still rely on that mana burn, but Slark still benefits from just hitting you a lot, even if he doesn't have Diffusal. But they do end up getting him with the Batrider. It's only a support, though.
It is. But they will be able to get the tier 1 off the back of this, it looks like. And this is going to be their first tower, I believe. Or did they take that bottom tier 1? They might have.
It'll probably
No,
be
they have
traded
not.
here with Chessie.
No, they haven't got it.
Yeah,
So the
it
first
should
one.
definitely just be a trade with Leshrac having maxed out Diabolic Edict already.
And the Enchantress with a creep even.
That'll be
Using
his
that
dual scepter.
enchant to
Yep.
get the creep.
Well played.
Thank you.
Is she the only hero who's got a name that is a skill that is her name?
No.
I think there is another one. Who is? Do you already have it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You said
There's-
so confidently.
There is.
100% is.
Really?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Morph.
Doom.
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 No, there we go.
Morph.
Yeah.
Morphling.
We got a couple. You know, a little lacking creative. Can we go click on one of the buildings in the Radiant or Dire base and just read the name of like one of the standalone buildings?
God,
But
you
they're
really
going to
hate
initiate.
that, don't you?
Yeah, it's why are they just called building? There's
Why
the
aren't they
Yules
huts?
into the air. Bonk gets the stun. Oh, ate the remnant. Looked like it might have saved. Stun toss combo on top. In goes, but the dunk is there. He dies before he can get anything else up. And now Chessie gets eaten alive. What looked like a great fight turns out to, well, not be one. But they're going to turn it around now. We do have the Morphling Omni. There's going to be a drag back. Can they kill Ice Ice Ice? They're trying to. He gets the heal up. Morphling wave forms through, but he gets comboed on the backside. He was morphing strength. He survives because of it. 23 Savage is able to leap out, and Moon probably not going to be able to catch up to this young man as he runs away.
Pretty even.
Yeah, this game is definitely evened out.
He has no points in Dissimulate, so if he keeps hitting him, he can't dodge.
Hit him
He
again.
has 1 point in ulti.
Oh!
Hey!
Just like that. Can't dodge it.
Yeah, if he had Dissimulate, he could, so maybe that's worth considering.
He probably will now, huh? Like,
Yeah.
when
There
that
it
happens
is. There it
once,
is,
you're like,
Grant.
dunk. There it is. Look at what it's named, Dan. It's all these are literally named building. In Warcraft 3, you had Moonweld, you had Ziggurats. We get building.
Would you
Building.
Would you pay for a battle pass cosmetic
Yes.
that allows
renames
you
the-
to be able to change the building and change its name?
Yes, absolutely.
What would you
Bring
call
back
it?
some ziggurats?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. You
I
heard it
kind of
here,
like
Ice Frog.
building.
Building. Like, cool.
Building.
Cool.
We should now make a new hero that's named Hero.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
He's got the skills of stun and nuke.
Yeah, so pretty much just old Skeleton King,
King.
yeah.
His ultimate is just called Ultimate.
It doesn't do
knows?
anything.
Who knows?
So, OG.Seed with that gold lead again. And it does feel like they have the better Roche lineup too, right? If you like take a fight around there with this Morphling who stole an Omni, it feels like you can take that down. On the other side, Fnatic, they're really going to have to win a big fight to do something like that. No, we saw that Earthshaker got the good dunk off, couldn't chain the stuns, but still set his team up for a 3-for-2 trade.
I think Chessie's having a good enough game that Slark's going to have to go BKB over the Ags.
Yeah. He is just shredding 23 seconds. Every time they get in a fight, doesn't even have to stun, just click your W, click your R, and run at him.
Chessie was a little bit less farmed than maybe you could just trust in the Omni Knight to protect you. But it's so much magic damage. The Purification won't offset it by itself.
I like that Chessie's going BKB because, as you said, he doesn't have anybody to protect him. So
Yeah.
going for those boots of travel might get him killed once or twice, which then makes it so his this whole Leshrac Slark matchup is very snowbally both ways.
Uh-oh. OG.Seed is chasing, but yeah, Z-Freak misses the stun, so Jabs just meanders away.
They're doing a really good job of creating space. Madar's always the person pushing really aggressively on the side lanes because he has so little to fear from this lineup.
Almost done with that E-Blade.
He took, he was aggressively pushing top earlier. Now he's pushed bottom lane, taking that tier 2. He did take it, right?
Yes,
Yeah, he did. Got the gold, and as you see, top net worth by about 400 to 500 over that Slark now. Enchantress, by the way, 4th, beating out the middle Void Spirit. Quite the turnaround after
That
those
Slark
first 2
death
deaths.
bottom was so important because this Enchantress would not have had a game. But
Now she does.
yeah, that like the momentum for Slark Diffusal looks a lot better to me when you have all that momentum. But right now, when you have a Diffusal with no obvious plays to make, I don't think this item feels very strong.
Yep. Oh, and they're battling over these ancients, and Madar says, "Nope, that's my farm."
Do you still go Ags on Enchantress?
The leap away
Against Slark, it's okay.
probably breaks pounce, right?
It does break pounds, yeah.
Okay.
I still
goes
wouldn't
down.
go it, to be honest.
Have you guys actually used that? Is it just me, or is like it feels like garbage? I only did it one time, so maybe I just wasn't used to it. But it just feels
It's
bad.
pretty funny, though.
It is funny, but it's good because you have to turn around to jump backwards. You have to it's some weird.
I was watching
weird stuff.
Zai when he had spider legs plus an Ags on Enchantress.
Oh,
that was some funny stuff. He'd like spider legs to one cliff and then bounce back over when they ran. that was really funny.
Curious, see if you got it. What else? Does it only give you the pounce? Doesn't it give you something else too, or
Nope,
no?
just
That's
the
it.
back leap. But against Slark specifically, it's kind of okay because you break the pounce.
It's better. The range one was good, but it was just so boring
It was.
because you just get
Just
Dragon
more
Lance.
damage, yeah, and a little extra damage. Yeah, this one, you're sproinking.
I mean, they should probably have
Both
a
of them?
slightly increased damage
Agreed.
and the ability, but
Agreed. Pexu, and it is your 5, but unfortunately you are giving permanent agility to the Slark.
Yeah, you just can't play up that far. Is he going Blink or Force on the bat?
Yeah, because we saw Force the other game. Drums.
Whoa, I don't like that at all. I think he needs either Blink or Force.
Blorse.
He is definitely the poorest bat we've seen. Well, I know he has 5 position, but you got to get your own on bat eventually, right?
Yeah,
Like you
you
want at
do.
least one item.
Force is so good in this game too.
Ooh.
He's just against Slark, so if he walks up against Diffusal at all like that, he dies. So he either needs to buy a Force or not play like that.
And
Good against
building
Void
a
Spirit.
force, though,
Good
so-
against the Cookie of Snapfire and the ults.
Oh, he's running
On the
uphill with this.
separation.
Earth's going to throw it out. Is there going to be a stun? No, Yule's into the air. Doesn't have Dark Pact. Already used it. It'll be back up in 1 second. He's going to throw it out. There's the DJ stun, slowing them all down. Is Chessie just dead?
Nice
What a
fissure.
block by Z-Freak. The
Beautiful
god
fissure.
does it again. There's going to be the last, though. They want to pull the Tiny back in. 23 Savage forced to run. Jabs Courier goes down. And they're just going to lose DJ here. Z-Freak does it again.
Wow, that was game-changing that he saved the Leshrac there. Because
Big
Leshrac is
fissure.
working on the BKB, and once he gets that, he's not going to go down, but he could easily have died a couple more times before his BKB there. Pexu just paying the price
Yeah,
here.
dying to Moon. Well, at least it's not the Slark.
He has E-played.
Dara. Oh, the jump forward. He actually gets the leap. Did it end up hitting? It did. Get to throw him into the air. The Yules by Chessie to stop the Slark. Missed the stun. Backs up. Didn't even throw the stun. Canceled it. Okay. We'll cool down again for now, but OG.Seed still with that little lead they've been holding on to here. Much closer game than the last two.
Man, that Van Brace is pretty hype for an Enchantress.
It is.
Right? You get the... So he's got all this strength, making him much tankier with Untouchable. And then on top of that, your other attributes, buffing your actual damage and then your attack speed a little bit more.
One of those heroes you're like, all
Yeah.
three are great.
I'm all about that Grove Bow on Enchantress, yeah.
For sure.
The deeps.
Pretty good. What about Enchanted Quiver?
That's surprisingly underwhelming.
Is Enchanted Quiver, is that everyone's least favorite? Is that
I
what
think
I've
that's
been
like
hearing?
definitely the worst item in the game.
Damn.
The worst neutral item. In the
What
game.
if it because it just needs to give like some sort of stat as well, right, or something?
It
That's
needs
the
to
problem.
do either something for melee heroes
It
or
should probably give you 100 attack range like Grove
like the
Bow
Grove Bow.
does.
Yeah.
they could honestly just combine those two items and remove the Grove Bow. I think would be good.
Jesus, now you're...
Well, if you're gonna give it attack,
Chill out,
if you're
Buster.
giving it attack range, why is Grove Bow even in the game at that point?
True.
Anything that gives you like unreliable attack range is very irritating.
It's
'Cause
really
I
hard
just
to
don't
position
remember.
yourself around the fact that you have this enchanted quiver that suddenly gives you massive range for one attack, and then you're like, well, I need to attack again. Oh, I need to walk 500 units forward.
Whoa, 23 Savage. He just wants to steal some agility, but the leap for it. No, he leaps the leap. Dark Pact goes off.
I love when Morphling glitches out like that. He looks derpy.
I like the phrase he leaps the leap
He
of
leaps
times
the
gone
leap.
by.
It's a game of leapfrog right
Quick
there.
question, Grant, can you Dark Pact Slark's Pounce?
I doubt it.
Yeah, you cannot.
Okay. Because it's
Same
not.
with,
It's not a disable, or it's not on your negative status bar, right? Or is it?
It
well,
is.
it's the
It is,
same
okay.
as Omni Knight.
Okay.
You can no longer heavenly grace yourself out of pounce.
That's a pretty good change, I'd say.
That's a big feels bad, man.
Oh, ice. He's just farming up here. Z-Freak, though, says, you know what? I might be able to come over here and kill you. Throws
Howdy
up the
doody.
Guardian Angel. There
None of
will
that
be the
damage is
dunk.
physical.
It's a ton of it. He's trying to just out-regen it if he can. He is just running away now, and, oh, okay. He will. Oh, no, not Pexu. This man, at this point, 23 Savage is just calling him +1, because that is a lot of agility, and there's the Snapfire.
Oh, that's the big
That's
kill.
on the Morphling. And we talked about OG.Seed. They're looking good for a lot better in these 20 minutes, and now you're going to lose your tier 1 tower middle. You're definitely not losing Roche. I don't think they have the damage to do it.
I like that, Grant. Calling him +1. Yeah. I like that because it made me think of like Warcraft 3 and the Tomes of Agility.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
he is. He's just a Tome of Agility right
Just
now.
sitting on the ground whenever he just run at him. There's my tome. And he takes over the Alpha Wolf. Pupil's Gift scooped up. That's pretty good on Slark. Pupil's Gift, right, we talked about the Enchanted Quiver. Pupil's Gift, just, all those stats. Oof, feels good.
He's got the full Ags now.
And he did go for it with the Dragon Scale. But Pupil's Gift instead.
Makes sense.
Even the Int is really nice on Slark.
Did he? No. Or did he just throw that Aether Remnant down randomly? That was crazy. I don't think he had vision. Huh. But well played. Makes it out because of it. Morphling is still the most farmed in the game. The Slark is only about 200 behind now. Chessie in third, so it's still reasonably even, especially at those top. But the supports, you see, it's Pexu. He feels really, really sad. Like, insanely.
Pexu.
Building a Yules. How sad he is.
Switching up, he's like, oh, well, at least I already have one piece of this, the win lane. He's like, I can build into something else now.
To the way there.
Stun toss combo into the air, and oh my lord,
Can't even
Chessie,
BKB.
I didn't even know he was a hero right there. That's going to be the leap again. Pexu's there, but a ton of damage. He gets silenced, so he stops throwing. The impetus is not the most damage when you don't do that. Untouchable's out, but he's just stealing more and more agility. Trapped under the heels there at this point. You're not the biggest pinata, but you are one, and they get another kill. And this is where we always see Fnatic. They always know when to group up as 5 and outnumber the opponents, and they will run into Roche here.
He's got how much agility stolen right now? It's one of those things about
8
Slark.
of
Like,
permanent 14 stacks.
you win a team fight and all of a sudden you're surprisingly good at taking Roshan. Riding off the agility.
See DJ just clearing out the wards up in the jungle. Still not the easiest one to take. You really don't have that much damage, especially with the Slark going the Ags. Can they?
It's definitely a pretty good example. If they didn't have all those stolen stats, there's no way they would be able to do this.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, I don't think you go back in there. You take it so slow.
Oh, especially against this Earthshaker.
Yep, and he's looking. Guess who's creeping? Guess who's crawling? It's Z-Freak.
Oh, I was waiting
Yeah.
for thank you for the answer.
You're welcome. But now we're all quiet. Z-Freak, look at him. Boom! Throws out the stun. Will they be able to find anything else? No, he leaps away.
That was such an anticlimax.
It's hard, right? Because you don't, if this guy's leaving it, and he's able to find one. It's just he gets the BKB and the Essence ring up, but now they're just going to run away. Can Fnatic make it out before Chessie's BKB? They sure can. Bait out an ability and get back. And this is scary. They're just both teams fighting around this top jungle right now, making sure the other team doesn't get Roche.
Their cores have so much disengage with this Ags and Slark.
God, it is.
You just get away from the Lesh, it's easy.
It is crazy because that look. Oh, they're into the Roche pit with this Morphling. Obviously, he probably takes it the quickest. You have the Enchantress as well. They have to know something's up. Do you just Snapfire ulti and let it rip?
I think Slark goes in.
Yeah, Slark. He's going to jump up. He wants to get Pexu. He's actually on the cliff. He's cliffed right now. He will leap down because you have 2 charges. They might get the Roche. No, DJ's inside. Who's going to end up getting it? It will be killed by the Dire. Madara gets it. That's what OG.Seed needed. Tons of damage being put out into 23 Savage. On the backside, Moon jumping in. He wants to kill Z-Freak. The Tiny still alive. Guardian Angel. And it will be Z-Freak going down first, but your Morphling did get the Aegis. Can they disengage? Whoa, looks like that actually went through the Morphling. Looks a little bit weird on the cliff. There's going to be the Cookie. He's still running around, and the fact he's just Omni's always on. You can't kill this Slark. Chessie giving up so much agility, but they haven't killed anyone yet. There's the leap forward. Oh, 23 Savage. I feel like he could be in trouble.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes down. He used 3 leaps in that fight aggressively. Moon does end up getting Chessie. And it is a 3-for-1 trade, but you got the Roshan and you got the Aegis on Morph. Was that worth it for the Seed?
The Seed.
Is it pretty even-ish? Because the Morphling, I mean, Morphling with Aegis is good.
I'd say it's about even, but
yeah.
Slark's already looking really scary right now, and he doesn't even have like a damage at him. What's he going next on Slark? Like Basher, or is he going BKB? He's going BKB. Okay.
So you think like BKB +1 more is when Slark's going to be like peak?
Yeah, at that point they just have even Impetus doesn't go through BKB anymore. So Morphling is their only right clicker who went E-Blade. They just have absolutely no damage to penetrate BKB this game.
It's a bit of a cop-out answer, but the truth is that fight is going to be entirely like whether or not it was good for OG.Seed is based on how they use this Aegis.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have a timing where Slark and Void do not have BKBs yet. I think that's what they have to
They
hit.
still have their Echo Slam too.
They do. Z-Freak, he got initiated by that Orchid's Void Spirit, but he wasn't forced to use it, which is nice because you do have it, as you said. Okay, Madara will get inhibited. Just jump forward. There's the Orchid. Mantas it off. Still can't run away now, but he's going to turn around and fight. Plenty of lifesteal.
That was just a mind breaker, by the way.
Oh, okay. The breaker of minds.
Oh, got him.
Hits him with the net. Oh, instantly taken out now. He's turning it around.
They have to be really careful with this.
Oh, there's the dunk. Is enough. He did have the Dark Pact, then he makes it away. Is it enough damage to the Impetus? No. He pops his ult in. They turn it around. Z-Freaking Zivair did. Chessie's just trying to run. Oh, no. A complete disaster. Jabs from the low ground. Eats the Morphling alive. Holy smokes.
Dude,
That was a Heavenly Grace Slark. You can't just go on him like that.
He just, you can't stun a man, and they
Dude, it just
tried.
lasts for like quarter second when you Echo Slam him like that.
If that
DJ and
impetus
Ice
hit.
Ice They got a huge initiation off there.
Yep. That was a 4-man purification bomb. They just, Or
sorry, DJ and Jabs
yeah.
was the combo I meant.
It was all three of them. They just melted. All three, like the Morphling melted with them, came alive and melted again. And all of a sudden, they might just end this tournament. Holy smokes, it was such an even game.
I think it was much harder for OG.Seed to play this game as it played out because the Leshrack's only way of living is BKB, and what Fnatic's been doing so well is just going on with Tiny, forcing him to BKB and then kiting it and then winning the fight afterwards.
That's where the Axe looks really good, right? Your ability to disengage so quickly.
It is very good in these types of games.
Nice
the
hurt.
fact that OG.Seed has no defusal builder, it means Slark will always have mana for these long fights, and that does make that makes the Axe build just that much more potent when you always have mana.
We have seen OG.Seed come back from much farther down than this. Obviously, it's a different game, but the mindset's there, and that's always the biggest thing in Dota. Never give up.
This last pick inch, man, it's just an offlaner that's supposed to crush the game. Like, you're supposed to win the lane. You're supposed to be, like, top 3 net worths, and it's just not. At this point in the game, you're just no longer the impact that an offlaner is supposed to have. Going for a halberd.
What do you do? If you're OG.Seed now, your base did get pushed, but you didn't lose too much of it. How do you make more room for this Morphling? Or are you kind of forced to play as, like, 5? Or do you have to split up the map?
You have to play as 5 because of this Orchid as well as the...
Oh, no.
Are they going to be able to kill him?
They might be able to through the BKB. DJ gets the stun up. There's the Guardian Angel, and they heal Amplify. He's going to be completely okay. Now you've committed so much to try to bring him down. Instead, Pexu going to be the next one to fall. Surprisingly tanky. Or it's just no one wants aim, and they want the permanent agility.
That's value.
That's a quick 2 for...
Huge amount of value.
I thought they had him, and just one little second, he's full HP.
All right, time to make the old sweep. Take the tier 1 and tier 2 for free. Get yourself up to like 10K net worth lead.
Maybe second row shit and then end it.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can do
Definitely
that.
got to wait for the BKB on Slark.
Jumping forward, he does. He has to pop the BKB, and that's the problem versus this team. If you don't pop it, you might just die. If you do pop it, you're in for a bad time in about 6 more seconds.
They've done such a good job of forcing him to BKB and then just letting nothing happen off of it.
Yep. Ooh, Glimmer Cape on that Grandma now.
I learned that recently as well, that if you defusal creeps, they just stand there. They get disarmed.
Yeah.
It's very
Really good against
very random interaction.
Really good against Helmadom creeps.
Guarantee at least one guy in chat learned something right now.
Oh, probably. So, BSJ, give us one other uncommon fact. Just a random uncommon fact in Dota you think maybe someone doesn't know. Ooh, wait
Think
up.
about it for a second.
Yep. They want to go in 23 seconds. He's just frontline, and he is 0 cares right now.
I think one thing we researched last time was that status resistance reduces the attack slow of Untouchable.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Remember
Yep.
how Fog told us about that?
Yep. Wait,
So
it was Fog. Never mind. I don't know if I trust it.
I think it was Fogged and Gunner that were talking about it. I think it's if you're supposed to be slowed by 100, you get slowed by 50 if you have 50% status resistance.
Yeah.
Ben, come here.
So it's actually pretty good against some
LD
chances.
said, don't spoil the secret, but you've been here 2 days in a row. You have to show up on the couch at least once.
And the leap forward. There's going to be a stun toss combo in the air. He's going to try to morph it. There's a big ulti from Z-Freak. Isn't enough. Jabs on this side is just hurling fireballs out of the mouth. Cookie on forward. Does get the stun on Morphling. There's the clumsy net as well. Madara just trying to get out. Somehow still alive, juking and jiving, but it won't be enough. Or will it? No, it definitely will not be. They trap Min, and they're toying, letting him get the agility right there. Oh, man. So yeah, if you didn't know, we are now joined by the one and only Merlini. Hello.
Hi, Grant.
How's
Hi,
it going?
Austin. Hi, everyone. Just watching Dota.
Just watching some Dota. Well, this might be the last game of LAN Dota you're going to see for a bit.
Don't remind me, Grant. Don't remind me.
I'm sorry.
Ben's upping his game. The last time he showed up at a LAN, he showed up just for the grand finals. Now he's showing up just for the last game of the grand finals. Damn,
5
Ben.
minutes.
You really just clowning on all these other commentators.
You got me.
They're looking to just push the base in here now. Can they do it? The comeback potential, it's there. Well, not when the Morphling's dead, but he's alive. We'll see.
Any snappy analysis, Ben?
I've been watching a little bit.
What do you think of the Snapfire hero, honestly, as like a pro and a pub? Like in pro games and in pub games?
I still can't believe they let her damage on her ult be that high for that long.
When it came out?
Yeah, I was like, what is it? You press R and everyone dies, and you don't really need to do anything. I'm a big opponent of the, press a button and do a lot of stuff.
10 million damage, yeah. Oh, dear goodness. Zibe just goes down instantly. Level 20 picked up on the Slark. Is Roshan up? No, we still got a little bit of time. Chessie just gonna have to back out. Oh, that's an item. Sanjin Kaya.
Rarely see that one.
That is
It is an
item you
item.
do not see very often.
Oh, I forgot it is self HP. I always forget about that in Sanj now.
Is that like the second least built item aside from Holy Locket?
No, it's from Yashikaya is the second least probably. I think I've seen more Sanj Kayas than Yashikayas.
Actually, yeah, you're probably right. Who would build a Yashikaya?
I see that on Storm sometimes.
Oh, you're right, Storm. Anyone
but not
else?
after they
Well,
change
not
it
after
for
the Bloodstone. I was about to say,
Yeah.
not after the Bloodstone change.
What about Alina?
I like it on Lina. I like it on Zeus because you can get away from people super quick. It's
Oh no, we'll see if this Morph can get away though. Whoa.
Oh, juicy. Oh, they gave him all the mangoes.
They did. Come on, don't do it to him. Fnatic is just cleaning house right now. You see all the tips. They got tipped in game one. You know, you got to expect it back, even if you're getting 3-0'd, and they do go into the second Roche. This seems to be the game ender here. Oh, gets the BKB, but Chessie, he's able to steal the rune and TP out. That was TP. A little bit lower cooldown.
True. The Arcane Rune TP value.
Pure value.
Are they not going to kill this
Roche.
gold? Okay, the gold is dead.
The little dude. They're pinging it like, what are you guys doing? Someone kill it. And they're just going to take it down. Oh, and the Void Spirit has a nullifier now.
The Son of Doom build.
The Son of Doom. Scary. Who do you... I mean, at this point, you're just looking... Probably Z-Freak, right? I think we've been seeing him jump on with the Void Spirit.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job of breaking the combo with Orchid every time Z-Freak blinks in. He usually gets the echo off, but after that, no follow-up.
Oh. Z-Freak, he's been trying... He's had some really good jump-in ultis, but like you said, there's always either the status resistance so he can't combo or someone else is there. We've seen a cookie out. We've seen some counters to this. Oh, and there it is. You are unable to do anything.
It's the catapult wave, so
yeah.
it doesn't even matter if he had killed the range. They still have creeps.
Yep, and
Creeps
they're
coming
pushing
in
in
top as well, like you said. Tiny's super farmed.
Is this it? This is the push, right?
This is
it's looking to be.
Beginning of the end. The fat lady is warming up her vocals.
Have you guys ever been to an opera?
Nope. Are you implying that people who sing opera are fat or what?
No, that's the whole thing. The fat lady sings in opera, yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's literally the saying. What? The hell?
It's 2020. You can't just say stuff like that, Grant.
And 23 Savage just backs it out, slowly hits the tower down. Merlini, I bet you've been to an opera 100%.
No, I've not.
Yeah, you have.
Yes,
No.
you
Don't
have.
BS us, man.
There's no
I haven't
way
even
Ben
been to a
would go.
symphony or an orchestra.
Okay, well, we're about to see an orchestra of great plays here, more than likely from Fnatic as they dive it. Melee and range Drax still not able to be hit, but the Morphling, oh my goodness, just getting right-click. So much agility being stolen right now. DJ is the first one to go down. He buys back. They have that outpost in the top, so he's going to be able to get back a little bit quicker. Moon, though, whoa!
That's not your base, buddy.
What are you doing?
He dropped the gem, too.
He did?
He was trying to recover the gem that DJ had when he died. So he dove in, picked up the gem, got himself killed.
And look at that.
They're only actually 8k up. At the
They
moment.
are?
It feels like 30k, but it's only 8. It's not that dire.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
And
not
that's-
that dire for the dire squad.
It's not, no.
Thank you, BSJ.
You've pointed out my joke.
There's
Yes, excellent.
There could be a bit of a glow on their outcome
No,
of this
that,
game.
that one
it's
was
looking a little
definitely
radiant in here.
that was definitely. What
Leap
was it?
up.
Oh, never mind.
Nice Hurricane.
Like
He's
a
had
bug.
some really good Hurricane Pikes all game.
Remember yesterday when Purge was just claiming credit for everything? So that's what I was doing there.
That's
and,
smart.
And then you reclaimed it, and I don't know what to do now.
Where do you go if you're this Leshrac now? He's going for Shivas.
It's got a casual hood.
You just have to try not to
That's
die,
the
man.
that's the Han. The casual cloak has always been a thing. You don't see it much anymore though. Hexu just cutting creep waves. That's what you have to do as this Bat Rider at
He's
this
got his
point.
blink.
All right.
It's got a blink, yeah.
It's another way to defend that high
Oh,
ground a little
no.
bit better.
If you can get all your heroes back to the high ground, once again gets the Hurricane Pike off.
Bail him out. Bail him out. You can save him.
They do.
Nice.
Well done by Chessie.
Does it feel pretty bad to go to 400 health from the Shrek rather than the damage? Or does it, do you not mind?
Oh, it does feel bad for sure. I think he has to do it, though.
Oh, just survived a little extra. And they jump up. They're going to go for the top lane again. We saw them. They failed the last push they tried this. Don't dive the tier 4s is what we're thinking, I believe.
Well, they got the lasso with multiple force staffs, so they just need to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yep.
That's how they take the fighter on the T4.
Oh, Ewell's up on top. They're going to try to bring down Slark, taking a ton of damage. But he just gets back so easy with that Aghanims.
It's some range barriers, no big deal.
No buybacks from Fnatic at all.
Keep buying time until Fnatic makes that like really big error you can capitalize on.
Oh, there's going to be the leap forward now. Mindbreaker hit is going to get manted off immediately and leap right back out. It almost feels like there's nothing for them to get. I don't even know if this melee barracks is that important for him here, but you have to take something. And oh my goodness, Donkey has to pop the ulti, just like we saw at the other fight, or else that impetus is probably enough.
You just don't want to risk it. Like, what if you die to that impetus? Like,
Yeah.
What's max damage that impetus can do?
I believe it's 2,000 range, so it would be
400?
400, yeah.
Is that good or bad, Cap?
I mean, 400 damage is pretty good, but it's bad that it's capped at 400.
Indeed. That was the answer I was looking for, actually.
You're welcome, Grant.
Here, I'm looking it up for you just so I know this stuff. Enchantress, Dota 2.
Oh, they got Quickening Charm on Omni Knight.
Oof.
So that means that Heavenly Grace is up all the time, even without the level 25 talent.
And then with the 25 talent, that means you can have it on 2 people. Then.
I mean, not literally all the time.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's probably very close to it.
Gotcha.
The damage is capped at 1750 distance, so it's actually like
12.18. So for 0.18 seconds, it's down.
It's that is the little window of opportunity.
So I did tell you, Grant, technically, not exactly, but pretty close.
There's Blink, Ewell's bat. They're keeping it in the game. It is a 10K lead now, but OG.Seed, they've only lost that one range barracks, like you said, not the biggest deal. Just play that high ground. Force the Slark grade. He is going to make him what if he leaps forward, misses a hero, and does go, like, they have these options. And the Slark has been playing hyper aggressive. Make them make a mistake.
Prism on Radiant, because they just got a Spell Prism. That item's real good.
Blink?
Oh, the Void Spirit has the Havoc Hammer, yes. And it's gone. All right.
The Enchanted Dragon from the level 20 Enchantress.
Yep, just pushing in bottom. Hey, that's one way to push safely all the way down to the tower, so it forces somebody to come down here and just waste their time dealing with it.
This guy's thinking outside the box. Why Blink Dagger for Moon?
I think you've made it your job to kill the supports in the back, so now you blink on them and then you still have 2 Astrals.
Oh, there's going to be the Abyssal Blade from 23 Savage doing a decent chunk stun. I think he actually missed the stun, hits the toss, pops the BKB, gets away. You can't attach wall. She is magic immune. She's just going to run away. So they are popping a lot of BKBs on OG.Seed, but it's not like Fnatic's punishing that because they're always just able to get back into their base. And we'll see. There's going to be a BKB pop by Chessie now. DJ jumps forward. Ooh, Abyssal Blade onto him, but no, they're just going to leap. Moon, double damage and BKB. You saw how low his life was. And there's going to be the inhibit. Nice use of Shadow Amulet, getting him out of there. And another jump forward, just impetus after impetus coming out. Not the most mana. There's the BKB popped as well. Z-Freak, first one to die outside of the base. They might get Peksu.
There's the gem gone.
Flame break.
Back to the favor of Fnatic, and he's already got 21 Essence Shift stacks on Slark, so really doing a good job of poking and prodding, and once you have 20 Essence, you are way stronger as a hero. Make that 28.
Oh, the Nullifier, but he BKBs
30,
beforehand.
31.
He's stacking him up. Can he get enough? He has to pop his ulti, so he wants thrown away. They're trying to body block. He Abyssal Blades the creep to make it over. Well played there. And they get out, only losing Z-Freak. And the Slark leaps forward again. He, as you said, he just keeps
letting him hit.
doing it. Yeah.
He's just refreshing his stat steal. You got to stop it.
Dude, at this point in the game, the nerfed Ags feels better than if it was the full range one. Because he's not like over-committing because of it right now if it jumped farther. And Jabs, he's just going to waddle on out. Shadow Blade for Z-Freak, so should be easier now to find initiation. Even with the gem on the other side, you're probably sitting in trees in Viz or something.
This is a good point, Grant. For all like the 2K Slark players out there, the axe change was probably a buff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't miss the pounces out of position as much.
Yep, thank you. Oh, the lasso. But Yule's into the air immediately. Oh my goodness, Zibe dies so quick, and the agility is stacking up once more. Pexu just getting right-click down. There's a Yule's into the air to save himself. Can 23 Savage get the kill? No. Cookie on backwards. A little bit of a mistake there, but the first hit bash on him. He gets the dunk up. Is it enough, though? They have the Glimmer Cape there. Pexu's down. Moon's dead. So is Chessie. Chessie and Buyback get right back into the fight because he is in the Dire base. And it looks like, once again, the Radiant, they're going to try to commit. Manta's
so
off the silence. There is. He does so much damage. He is blocked out by Z-Freak. Another nice Fisher. Is it enough? There's the leap forward. He's stealing even more, but you got to be careful. There's the Glyph. Tons of split shot damage from those towers as well. Oh my goodness.
Oh, careful.
You realize that was an adaptive strike reflected from the Slark, who has like 50 essence shift stacks.
Damn. Now 23 Savage. She's like, maybe I can't distract? Probably not. From the low ground, we'll just continue to buff him up. Can they defend their base? They've been trying, and they've been successful for a little bit, but yeah, you might have to stop doing that. And he will finally bring down the melee racks.
So he uses the target's agility when it refreshes.
Yeah, I mean, it treats it as whoever's reflecting is casting the spell.
Is that the same for anti-mage?
Like his spell shield.
Yes, it is, because when you're anti-mage, you have to have like an axe to reflect people's axe scepters.
Yep.
That's why I said earlier that if the Sven buys an axe and then the anti-mage buys an axe, you can make the anti-mage stun you in the base. Right,
With quick enough
Correct.
fingers.
With
Yeah,
quick enough
quick enough
fingers.
fingers.
Yeah. And the anti-mage has to buy an axe.
Oh, Timeless
Ooh.
Relic.
For Earthshaker, that could be nice.
Earthshaker,
His
please.
stun on the Heavenly Grace target now lasts 3/4 of a second.
That's pretty good.
Very
Better than a
nice.
half.
Might need it on bat.
Yeah, maybe.
They gave the
Moves
Van
better
Brace
on
to
him.
him, so who are they giving the Timeless Relic to? Maybe Lesh for the spell damage? No, none of them are taking it so far.
We'll see. And yep, you see the odds there, heavily in Fnatic's favor. They're about to get this third Roche. Sorry, did you guys see this? Was it Refresher or Ags?
Looks like it was an Ag Scepter for the Omni Knight. That's
Anywhere.
makes things even tougher. And he's also got a Minotaur Horn on him, so
He's getting his spells off no matter what.
yeah.
Good luck. You get a Minotaur Horn on the other side now, so all these early BKBs we've seen popped, at least now you have someone who gets a little more magic immunity. Not the most, but a little. And there it is. Timeless Relic is on Z-Freak, so the combos last a little bit longer.
Level 25, he took the damage talent. 200% crit.
I've seen that one's actually, I haven't seen like people really say one's better than the other. That one's like a game-by-game thing. Seems like both are pretty nice.
It'll help him
Yeah.
obliterate the Enchantress.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Lotus again. We've been seeing this here at 3 tower now. He'll just pounce away. Slow and steady, they siege the base.
Oh, he's got stacked cheese.
2 fondue.
You could sell that for 1,000.
Yep. Oh, silence, so he doesn't take as much damage. He's like, I just want to get this tower. I don't care. I'm just silencing you. No more impetuses.
All right.
It's Impetai.
Madara says
Rampant Eye.
it's time for another Divine Rapier.
Yep. I mean, it is, right?
Yeah.
He's got a Daedalus
have
as
to.
well already, so he's ready to chunk some people.
And
Okay.
does he have waveform attack target?
I assume he does. No, he took the cooldown reduction. And the morph duration. What am I looking at?
It looked so...
Maybe he thought he was going to go with the
Wait.
axe.
Yeah, and I think...
I don't think I've ever seen somebody take that since they changed his ult.
Yeah.
That's odd. And look at this. Yep, right back in. Will he finally get it? Ugh, he gets that middle tier 3 and just leaps away.
All right, here's the play. So he's getting a Divine Rapier. They're going to win one team fight.
Yeah.
Off of that team fight, they're going to
And
be
they're
able to
gonna
take
march down
Roshan.
mid.
He's going to get an Aghanim Scepter from that. Then he's going to become an Earthshaker with a Divine Rapier
And a
Enchant
Daedalus.
Totem.
And a
Damn.
Daedalus.
And a Daedalus. And he's going to do 5,000 damage to one person.
And for...
Then that one person will die, and then they'll buy back, and then we'll go the other way around.
And then he'll Enchant Totem again.
on a
yes, I
four- on
forgot
a
he could use
5-second
it
cooldown.
twice.
And again.
Merlini Dota trivia for you. How much True Strike does Rapier give you?
100%.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Just making sure, you know. Still
Want
on
to make
top
sure
of the
you're
game.
qualified to be
Yeah,
on this
you might have had to get the hell out, but you're good for now, I guess. And just hitting his own illusion here. When do you feel you have to commit? How many buildings do you have to lose to commit to a fight if you're OG.Seed, like actually? Because they were okay losing their top, the Raxes. They're okay losing this tier 3 middle. You have to commit eventually, right? To one fight.
You're talking about Raxes or buildings?
I legitimately think it's you can give up 2 lanes of barracks if Fnatic never give you the opportunity you're searching for.
Okay. Oh my goodness, you see the damage. There's so much on the Slark, but he'll just run out of range and fully heal with the help of Omni as well.
Yeah, he's got 200 health regen.
See the tip onto Moon. Moon shard for a Slark now as well.
I wonder how much Omni Knight's like panicking during these fights, seeing his Slark at like 20%.
W.
Surprised he hasn't bought a blink or something like that just to be closer to him.
All right, they've got 4 staff.
Oh, and they're going to go for it. There's going to be the Abyssal Blade, but a nice stun by Z-Freak, and nope, just leaps back out.
This is an opportunity. Try and pull the Slark into the tier 4 area.
Yeah. So
it's not
hard.
An amazing opportunity,
but it is. You need an opportunity. You're down by this much. You take anything you can. He's just squaring up. He's going to pop the ulti. Ooh, Dust gets popped, and won't really matter. Just gets Cookie, Guardian Grieved, and he's not even running anymore.
He's got 2 more cheeses, or 1 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he already used 1. Does have a 30-second cooldown.
Has an Aegis as well, so plenty of survivability on this Slark, and that's why they're fine just doing this over and over and over.
What's Tiny got now? Oh, another Lotus Orb? Is that 2 Lotus Orbs, or has that been his the whole time?
No, I think Omni has one.
Lotus Orb with a Quickening Charm and a Spell Prism.
What's the downtime on Lotus Orb?
Not very long.
Barely need to.
We'll go with 1.65. Same, there's a stun toss combo. But it doesn't hit because he doesn't combo it. Bottom lane, they're trying to take a tower themselves. Pexu's here, gets the Yules off. No Lotus Orb this time. He has the Dark Peg. He jumps away. There's going to be the Aegis. Probably moving the cheese up. We'll see if they can get him. They have isolated him. They're trying to bring him down. But Madara on the backside, he's going for the kill. There's the Guardian Angel on everyone because he does have that Aghanim's Blessing. Toss into the air. Will the bat be the first one? Yep, there's the second toss as well. Pexu down, has a buyback. We're back to status quo.
All right. Goal is to kill Moon.
Or to kill 23 Savage. Can they bring him down? It doesn't look good. Oh my goodness, he just turns around that BKB
he
and he's starting to do damage.
Spot.
He did, and he's into the fight. Is that a bad? Good thing it's real bad. Z-Freak. He just got
the tournament at least.
He just got Dota 2'd. In the last game of the LAN, he gets Dota 2'd, and this looks to be the end. 23 Savage with the godlike DJ dominating. But wait, 23 Savage goes down. He will buy back. It's 1,100 gold given away. It's a Morphling and Enchantress trying to defend. Can they at least get the 5 Snapfire? 2 waveform charges enough. They get 1 kill. Can they do it? Here's DJ. Oh, misses the toss because of a nice Hurricane Pike. Aether Remnant grabs him.
Yeah.
Ooh, they leap forward again. He abyssals them. Can they bring him down this time? Does he have the F-Blade to try to save himself? No, he goes down. And this looks to be the game. Zibe's like, no, I'm running. I'll defend as long as I can, and he'll die as well. Buys back. He has 1 life. Can they do it, Cap? A 1 versus 5.
2 lives, Grant.
They have it. Chessie.
Oh, there's one
no.
guy.
Enchantress is
Grant.
inside. Tries to get it with the Hurricane Pike. He's going to BKB, run away. Tier 4 towers getting sieged down. Fnatic, they want to get as many kills as they can before this ends. Make them tap out. They won't, though. As the right clicks fly, they're going into the fountain. Nice job by Chessie making in the fountain before he Yules. Can he survive inside of here? No, the Abyssal Blade's there. Goodbye. Everyone's dead. Tier 4 falling. Throne falling. Good game, well played, called by the Morphling. Fnatic takes the victory, takes the tournament 3-0 in the grand finals. A masterclass performance by them. Honestly, all tournament, right? They looked like the best team here, I would say, after day 1, even like in the middle of day 1 until now.
Yeah, the only questionable part was, they went 1-1 against OG.Seed.
Yeah.
Like, well, then OG.Seed ended up being grand finalists, you know? So it goes to show Fnatic definitely solidified that they are very easily the best team here right now. They are the most in shape.
By quite a bit, too. I mean, they looked really, really good. And even, right, they kind of stomped the first 2 games. In Game 3, they get tested a little. They have to be patient to win it, and they were super patient. They were never forcing these fights. Slark leaps in, Slark leaps out after doing 10 damage to the tower.
Yeah, they had a really good idea of exactly how OG.Seed was going to win these fights, and they just never overcommitted. They had like 1 or 2 slip-ups on the side of Fnatic, but in the grand scheme of things, you had 43 kills, the opponent had 17. You're feeling pretty good about your overall fight taking, as well as I think they were all on the same page with their items. I think that had a lot to do with their success. Even the Tiny's being as rich as he was, that he's basically a 4th core this game.
Yeah. So now, do we claim it? Is Fnatic the best team in Dota 2 for the upcoming months?
Absolutely.
They are. They proved it. They
Nobody
came here
can
and
prove
proved
us
it.
otherwise.
Until there's a land to prove.
They
Otherwise,
are the
they will
kings.
continue to be so.
And as you see, they are going to be coming downstairs. We are going to try to get him on the couch here. Sunby smiling, and you're smiling as well.
Where's the team?
A masterclass performance as we continue to talk about, though. And they did only drop 2 full games, I believe, this entire tournament. So, and you see them upstairs. They're smiling, you know. Cap, you can't rush happiness.
You can't rush greatness.
Either one. Happiness, greatness, they're all the same. And we are going to wait for him to get down here, and we'll ask him a few questions. But, yeah, congratulations again. Loop at Dota Summit 12 champions. And also a shout-out, obviously, to OG.Seed, who do come through, and they get that 2nd place as we see him walking by.
You got Ice, who just passed by.
Yeah.
Some of the other players still wrapping up their gear.
Getting everything. Dan, what did you learn this tournament?
Oh, so
Dota-wise, us-wise, anything-wise?
Oh, well, I mean, what didn't I learn? I came here knowing nothing, and now I know less than nothing, if anything.
Exactly.
But it's been a great time. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep. Fnatic, though, man. And it's sad, right? Well, it's not sad they won. It's sad that we don't get to see them play again, because I would have loved. They dominate this, and honestly, they would probably be in my top 4 now going into that major. Obviously, they're not, but damn, just to see what their peak is, because they were clean. 2 20-minute games in the grand finals as well.
Yeah, I think that's it's unfortunate that we're not able to see them at a major setting and see what it's like against all the best teams in the world. But on the other side of things, OG.Seed did look very good at this tournament. Definitely some surprising results. Very resilient team, too.
For sure.
And I think that these upcoming months, they will have plenty of opportunities to be playing, whatever online tournaments they can get their hands on. Certainly, they were talking about how they were kind of lower on the register when it came to scrims and such. Didn't really always have the best partners. Surely not anymore, right?
Yeah. You see that they can get some good plays, and it looks like we've got all the boys getting on. We're ready to bring them on. We're going to kick you off, sorry, and we're going to get some applauses here. We got 2 seats here,
You can sit on the couch.
Or you can all sit here. It's cool, too. Whatever. Congratulations, guys. 3-0 in the grand finals. Very convincing. Any first thoughts?
Again? What's the question?
I just said any first thoughts. It was a convincing 3-0. You guys looked like the best team here pretty much the whole week. How are you feeling?
Good. Hello?
Hello, you're perfect.
Good. Yeah.
So you guys have had a rough time at the majors. Haven't really seen the success. I mean, you guys are a star-studded roster. A lot of talent here, but not so much success at the majors. Does it feel good? Does this tournament, does it prove something to you guys?
Yeah. Because at first I don't really have many experience, but just now I think I gained quite a bit.
What do you think about your teammates here with this roster that you've joined?
They are funny.
They're funny? They're good?
Nice friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you guys have any, I mean, obviously with the major being canceled, you're going to go home. Do you guys have any plans? Just chill with your family, soak in the win?
No, I don't think.
We're probably going to have a break after the Epic Center qualifier end. Yeah. So I don't know what's the plan after that.
One qualifier.
Exactly.
And maybe there's no more qualifier, I guess.
Yeah. It's rough.
DJ, Ice, you guys have been on this Fnatic squad. This is, the 3rd iteration of Fnatic? It's been you 3, and then now you've brought in both Moon and 23 Savage. How do you feel about this roster compared to others?
Good.
Good, yeah. How's the leadership going? You said that if you could, you would just stay quiet in game, but you have to speak up Because that's what leaders do.
Jabs is doing it now.
Jabs is doing it all?
Yeah.
He's the only voice?
I'm just playing Dota now. That's why I'm playing better, I guess. Yeah.
It's fair enough. You've just been...
I'm going back to the old days. Just play Dota.
Just supporting these guys. How do you feel about 23 Savage? I mean, such a young player, but is certainly looking really good, right?
I mean, Tinder should sponsor him, right?
Damn. Good in-game, good out-of-game. Looking good, feeling good. All good.
All good.
All good. If you didn't know either, we do have the trophy for you. It is this Troll Warlord Duck. You could take it, hold it in the air. It is all yours. The Loopet Dota Summit 12 champions, Fnatic. Absolute masterclass performance. Yeah.
There we go.
And we thank you guys a lot. Is there any last thing you guys want to say to your fans before we let you go and celebrate your victory?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Hey, that's a good we thank you very much. Congratulations to Fnatic, Loopet, Dota Summit 12 champions. Thank you to our sponsors as well, Monster as well as Loopet. This could be the very last LAN we see in a long time, so it's an honor to have you guys win, an honor for you guys to be here. Unfortunately, it's time for us to say goodbye.
It is, Grant. That's going to be it for Lootbet Dota Summit 12. Thank you so much for watching. And hopefully we will see you guys at a Dota LAN sometime soon.
Goodbye. And welcome to the summit, the Lootbet Dota Summit 12, and we're here, beautiful, not so sunny California.